Hello again. So, we begin sailing into the Onyx Wharf, the southern port of Kairoot City on the Isle of Bedrick. We're upon the Patrician's Dream ship, a marvellous vessel, helmed by Captain Athelstan Axhaft. This swift vessel has been home to a ragtag group of creatures for the last few days. An out-of-touch tabaxi prince and his broad-shouldered bodyguard, a skulking druidess who enjoys reading in uncomfortably dark places, a band of courtesans spearheaded by a buxom yet light-footed and light-fingered half-elf, a pair of tieflings, one with a hammer larger than he, and one in a suit that has definitely seen better days, and a bow-wielding fox lady with a knack for the night sky. The latter four are now bonded in a shared experience, perhaps a dream, perhaps a hallucination, perhaps something else altogether. A crab-like creature most foul assaulted these poor souls, spewing forth acidic ichor and assaulting their senses with a fetid miasma upon the befogged deck of the ship. With a whirlwind of violence, they brought the abomination down, but not before the creature could claim one of them, throwing their mind back into their mortal body. With this haunting experience behind them, we join the group at the dock on the 1st of Black Harvest, First Era, the year 6515, just in time to partake in the week-long festivities for the name day of the promised prince. So, it's probably best that we introduce the characters.
Yeah.
So, we'll start with you.
Start with me? Okay. So, I'm Tifa. My character is a red-skinned tiefling, not quite as red as this guy, but still a red-skinned tiefling. About 6'1", long ponytail, fine suit, although the suit has been repaired a few times, and a strange contraption on his left arm.
Okay. Jess, if you want to introduce.
I'm Jess, and my character's name is Briarleaf. So she's your typical ranger-looking individual. She's wearing a green tunic with scale mail armour, with a bow and quiver on her back. She has long ginger hair with white tips, and also fox ears coming out the side, ginger with little white on the outer tips of the ears as well. She has really vulpine features, and she has a scar going down her right eye, and a tattoo of a black mark going down her chin. And that is me.
Cass?
Nice. Hello, I am Bee. I play Lilith. She is a half-elf. Typically looks half-elven, but obviously to elves she looks human, to human she looks elven. She's probably like 5'3", long kind of curly black hair, but like, you know when you get braids in it, she's got little braids here and there. She's quite buxom, it's probably the best way to put it. And it's got quite a lot of skin on show. And you know, the like medieval, what are they called?
Wench's corset.
Yeah, she's got like a typical medieval wench's corset on. Like boobs up here. Really big hips, kind of very comingly.
Bad time to drink.
Yeah, she's got really black long hair, and like really green piercing eyes. Yeah,
cool.
Pointy ears, but that's pretty much all of her elven features. She has got like a little bit of freckles across her nose, but you can see that she's seen better days. Like she's had the crap kicked into her a few times. She's got like a black eye that's healing. She's got like scars all over her, like her knuckles. You can see she's been fighting. Like she's rough.
Nice.
Taff, if you want to introduce yours.
Cool. I'm Taff, and I play Baxter, who is like a scrawny little red-skinned tiefling. He stands like no more than like 5'2", 5'3" at the most. Like dark, messy hair with 2 thick horns protrude from the front and kind of curve back towards the back of his head, with like bright yellow, like golden yellow eyes, around which is smeared like a load of like thick black like war paint makeup. He's dressed in like dark hides, like leathers, trousers, with like a thick leather belt, and around his torso he's got, you can see like bandages wrapped around him, and between the gaps in the bandages you can see up the left hand side of his body there is like a network of scars which kind of go up, and they're kind of like lightning. They kind of like spider web all over the left side of his body, come up his neck onto his face. They're kind of like this golden yellow colour, and they go up and across the whole left side of his face, covering his eye, which on the left side is like completely yellow, so there's no pupil and no sclera on the left hand side. And he wears like a kind of like a dirty yellow cowl around his neck and shoulders. And drags behind him this enormous hammer, which is like twice the size of him. It's made of like a big squared off boulder which has been attached to a shaft by a big huge like piece of metal. And there's no way that this guy should be able to lift this thing, and yet somehow he does. Yeah.
Sheer will and possibly stupidity.
Big-headedness is probably it.
So, you have spent the last few days upon the Patrician's Dream. You've now docked at the Onyx Wharf. Athelstan and his brother Alfred are dealing with the dockmaster. You are free to take off. The 2 tabaxi, the prince and his bodyguard, have already met with an entourage of other tabaxi, all dressed up to the nines with jewels and sort of feather motif, like earrings and hanging off their robes. There's just like a lot of feathers, very captivating to witness. So he's gone off. He's clearly the one in charge. The elven druidess that was skulking about in the hold of the ship has now just very quietly, to the point where you only just about, like, some of you may not have even seen her leave, but some of you just about caught a glimpse of her just walking quietly off the back of the boat down the rear gangplank and just taking off into a crowd, putting up a hood and just disappearing without a trace. The courtesans that arrived with Lilith have, well, they've got their business to attend to, shall we say. So the twins, Maria and Janaea, go off one way. Gita goes another. They say goodbye to you for now. Roz hangs around for a bit, smokes a cigarette larger than her own hand. Like, we're talking weirdly long, but also, like, you know, thick stogie. She's just, like, huffing on it, spluttering a lung up, flirting with just about every sailor that walks past, regardless of race, gender, occupation. Like, I said sailors, but she doesn't care. She wants business. To the point where you think, this might not just be business. Roz is an interesting woman, to say the least. But yeah, she pretty much goes off on her way. She bids farewell to Lilith and says pretty much catch at the end of the whole celebration. They've got their mission to accomplish, and you've got yours. So, now that you're off the ship, you've got your possessions, you've got an entire week of partying ahead of you. You've got 8 days, because of the calendar consisting of 8 days per week here. 8 days to kill. There's many an event and a competition. There's gambling, there's drinking, there's whoring, there's feats of strength, feats of dexterity, there's arena fights, there's animal racing, animal fighting, you name it, they've got it. Be they illicit or otherwise. So, what would you all like to do first? It's about 10 in the morning. ish.
So this is the day after everything.
Everything that
happened.
yes.
Okay.
So this is the first of the month, the start of the celebration. You got into dock about 9:30, but due to like sort of them moving things back and forth and getting everything sorted, you were sort of allowed off at about 10.
Cool.
The only thing that you currently know of is that at 10 p.m. tonight there will be an address from High King Cathad, where he will give a bit of a rundown of the week and the sort of official palatial events, and will give everyone a little bit of information about this promised prince. But between now and then, the day is yours. Do as you wish.
Have we had breakfast?
You would have had a light breakfast, but
What about second breakfast?
It's like, is anyone else still hungry? Just me. Yeah.
What can we see? What can we see in front of us? Can we see any food?
so
What, just on the dock?
yes,
Yeah.
just a big pile of rotting fruit. No,
Is there a hot dog cart?
well, perhaps not a cart, but probably some sort of hot dog market stall, because when you get off the ship, you've got your back to the Southern Ocean, and you're in the sort of... Oh, hang on, I can actually show you. I've got a map. Way.
Nice.
So you guys are in this little bit here.
Okay.
So you've got
The heel of the sock.
up to the left of you, yeah. So to your west, you've got the inner wall of the city, and beyond that you can't really see many building roofs at all. That is the newer built part of the city, from what you can tell by the architecture. In front of you, and leading up and around to the right, towards the palace, there's quite a steep incline towards the palace, with almost like, if you imagine this is the bay, you've got a cliff that gradually picks up here with the palace up on top, so it sort of like scoops around and up and away from you.
Fancy.
Yeah, but what you will notice with the architecture in this particular area, first and foremost, the monolith atop the palace, or at least atop the hill in the centre of the palace. A gargantuan black monolith, seemingly carved from one piece of stone, that is quite hard to identify. It seems, given the name of this part of the town, being of the city, called the Onyx Wharf, you assume it's some sort of onyx, maybe, but could also be a misnomer. Just a bit uncertain, like, to grow a crystal of onyx that big would be next to impossible. But the buildings you see before you tend to be built either atop or underneath these large black platform squares that are far too big to be considered sensible for humanoid domiciles. You can fit entire 3-story buildings underneath them, and they are large enough that you can fit entire like city blocks on top. The streets tend to go between these large platforms, and they don't necessarily seem to be regular either. They a little sporadic in placement, but also in shape. Like, some of them are perfectly cut squares that seem to have been one large cube that they then sort of carved in to create almost like a table shape. But again, one seamless block. But it seems a lot of the businesses around you are on the ground floors of these strange tables, and then above tends to be where people live, so there's all sorts of stairways of varying structural integrity, some made specifically out of stone to be permanent features, and then some made out of necessity, out of far weaker materials, some of them looking a little squiff at best. Some even just being rope ladders, or just a rope with a few knots tied in it. So yeah, it's a surprisingly vertical city, And this part of the city that you're in, within this inner wall, because you could see approaching the city that there are two sets of walls on this peninsula. One as like a sort of outer defense, and then one separating the wheat from the chaff. You know, you've got the peasantry and the working class and the miscreants and unfortunates out in the outer sections, and the far more refined gentlemen and ladies of the inner city. But these buildings, like these platforms, again, big enough to fit like a sort of 3-story building under, but then some of the buildings on top are 5, 6, 7 stories. So they tower over the walls anyway. So if it was under any sort of catapult or trebuchet attack.
Yeah.
But again, that's probably why the more important businesses are built along the base.
Would any of us know the significance of the obelisk? Like what it is for,
Make a
what it
history check.
represents?
Anyone who thinks their character may have an understanding of what it might be?
16.
Okay.
I don't think I might would.
No, I probably wouldn't know.
Oh. Danger.
I'll
Sorry, hang on.
Lilith have a
Wait
think.
a minute. 19.
She just standing in the street going, was it 19?
Should have good
Okay.
think.
She had a good think.
Good think.
Yeah, it was a good job we paused. So both of you, you know of this monolith. You've definitely heard of it. You know that it was always there. That the city of Kairut it's one of those just ancient cities, because bear in mind the year is 6515 first era now, but there have been billions of years of natural evolution, much like our own world. But sort of the equivalent of the Egyptians then to our timeline, you're talking an additional like 8,000 years before like the sort of start of official time then. Some of the earlier settlers found this city more or less as it was, with these black tablet like layouts and this huge like obelisk.
Right. Okay.
But it had no inhabitants, no none of these other buildings like within and on top of, just these strange black platforms. But that's pretty much all you know, just sort of through old wives' tale type stuff where everyone just knows that the sort of the jewel of Bedrick then is this city, and it's just always been there. Like we just assume that someone made it at some point and they've just built around it.
Yep.
But you don't know anything specific about the monolith, and from here you can make out a few shadows being cast upon it as if the surface has some sort of like relief.
Right.
But you can't make out any detail, because even though this thing is hundreds of feet tall, this thing's massive. You can see it from pretty much the entire island. It's taller than most of the mountains on the island. Yeah, it's got a very girthy base, shall we say. The inscriptions on it are minute in comparison. Don't get me wrong, still sort of, if the average humanoid was to do it, it would be like carving, full arm carve, but in scale it is minute. So yeah, you can't really make anything out. Just sort of these overarching, almost like comic book boxes type thing, as if it's telling some sort of story down the pillar.
Just kind of like stand there and just look up.
Oh yeah, it's like it's quite a way away from you. It's sort of like as far north and as more than anything far east as you can go in the city, and you're pretty much south. Well, I mean, you're here. It's there.
Yeah.
And
so
it's still...
you're like that.
Clearly.
Yeah, your neck is like arched back to the point that like your cowl gets caught.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up by the side of backs and just go, big rock.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I just sort of stand there with you following your eye line, and then like just try and like make out some things on there, and then just go, does anyone want a better breakfast?
Yeah, that sounds good. Breakfast, and then do what I came here to do, drink.
Why not both, my friend?
That's a very good idea. Just kind of like start dragging this hammer and looking around for a decent food place.
I've been here before, haven't I?
Yes.
Okay, so do I know anywhere we could go that'd be...
You wouldn't have necessarily been in this part of the city, actually. You would have
Okay.
been in the lesser desirable bit. But you have heard of a place, sort of word of mouth, called the Three-Legged Goblin that is in this area that is supposedly the sort of the pub to go. But what you guys also notice is that even though the sort of fishermen ships have left the bay this morning, mostly from the poorer part of the city, there are just ship after ship after ship just making their way into the dock, unloading dozens, hundreds of people. Like, this city, is packed already. And it's only day one.
Because it's a festival.
Mhm.
What's the security like, just in case?
It's
Just in case.
Asking
there's
for a friend.
a very strong presence of like Kingsguard, as well as the bog standard City Watch.
Oh, are they?
Fuck about and find out.
Oh, don't tempt.
But yeah, there's enough patrolling the streets at all times that pretty much, they are within shouting distance at any given point. But apart from that, there's also a load of sort of private bodyguard security details and private militia. You notice there's a few brass helms kicking about, which are a mercenary faction that have no qualms with killing anything or anyone that you pay them to kill.
Yeah.
Very
Even
much.
fox ladies.
Especially fox.
Especially folks.
Yeah.
They'll do that for
They
free.
hate folks like
The sort of Chrombopulous Michael, I just love killing. That's their thing. If you're really good at murder, you can get a job with them.
Yeah.
But they are called the brass helms, not because their helms are made of brass, but because of the finish on the helmet. It's very much a good quality steel.
So they lie in.
Yeah.
The original lot
It's better to
probably
brass
started
steel
with...
than just wear brass, mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wear brass, I could probably
Also,
just...
don't
give it a-
tell them that.
No.
Don't go up to them and be like, oh, but you're lying.
That's
I don't think
not
it's gonna go
brass.
Yeah, no,
It's
they-
like scratching the helmet.
See the steel
That's
underneath.
not.
It's turning my fingers green. But yeah,
Black user, man.
there's a lot of them moving about in sort of tight groups surrounding some of the more important people that are arriving at the city.
Right.
A lot of the more important, you'll notice, are heading directly east and slightly southeast to head towards the Kingsview, which is the tippity top tits sort of borough of.
And I assume Lilith would know this. Like, as in you haven't been
Yeah.
there, but you...
No, I am.
Yeah, you know that. You know that, like the
Where have my girls
richest.
gone?
They
Which direction
I was
have
gonna
my
say they
girls
mostly went towards Old Town. Well, it's technically New Town, but they call it Old Town because it's like
Yeah.
they don't want to call
They-
that New Town. That sounds fancy.
Yeah.
That's Old Town. But yeah, they mostly headed that way because most of your contacts and like network
Yeah.
would be that way.
Also,
But-
like, I guess people, even if they were coming for our services, they'd come there, find us, or send someone there to find
Yeah.
us, rather than...
But what you do know is in Kingsview is Mama Petrocini's Pleasure Palace.
Okay.
Gotta write that one down.
Where there's a lot of performers, yeah? Not...
Yes.
Not courtesans, yeah.
Yes. It's actually a mini golf course. But yeah,
some sort of putt-in.
you've never been putting it in her ass. Hey. Sorry, that was set up. I couldn't
well
resist
done.
down. That's one on the D's nuts joke tally.
Yeah.
Seeing all
I'm
these,
not impressed.
seeing all these ships coming in and the people getting off them, I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, let's go find somewhere to eat before
We
you know,
should
the
find a
crowds
table.
come
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, and I just look at you and go, pub?
Pub.
There's a few pubs that I know. We can either go to the Three-Legged Goblin,
Yeah. Oh,
or we can
another
go
one.
where I'm a bit more comfortable, because, all these are a bit of a fancy lot for me.
Which
to be
one's
fair-
closer?
to be fair, the three-legged goblin isn't the most fancy. You're still in the Onyx Wharf, so it's a little bit rough around the edges. It's sort of the go-to, like, sailor pub, you know?
Is it like
But-
less rough?
Less rough than rough, but more rough than not.
Yeah.
It's medium rough.
Medium rough, yeah.
How would you like your pub? A medium rough.
Medium rough.
Yeah. But you've heard good things about it, mostly from the sailors that have hired you.
Entertainer.
Okay.
Well, that sounds perfect. That sounds good. Sailor pub. I mean, guessing they got ale, grog, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Do they have anywhere for us to stay as well there?
Yeah, you know that it is like a full-on like inn with rooms.
Okay, well, the rooms are gonna get booked up like that,
yeah.
so we gotta make a move.
Yeah, so it's about... actually, there's enough street signage, both posts with, you know, like pointing to streets and major things, but also, you know, like the sort of like little boards that stand here, like chalk and what have you. Describing sort of people that have come into town and stuff have started putting their where they are and what they sell on the board, that sort of thing. But one of the more permanent fixtures is the three-legged goblin on this thing, which who's got the highest? Briley would have spotted first. So while they're all going, wow, right, which pub should we go to? You're just like, pub. So yeah, it's about 2 blocks away. You're not far off. And there's a sort of a general hubbub moving towards it anyway, as people are travelling, you know, towards the inner parts of the city. So you just sort of get taken with the crowd more than anything, and it's pretty easy to find. It essentially takes up the entirety of the underneath of one of these
Nice.
platforms, at least the front from where you can see it, to the point where some of the facade of the building is actually partly made out of this black stone, as if it had been a solid block that they then sort of chiseled into to add the pub to.
Yeah.
Like, a bit disrespectful, but it's a staple of the city now, you know? This has been around for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So there's a traditional saloon door, you know, like old school cowboys swing open and close
Oh, I
doors.
love them.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
love a door like that.
This would be the perfect time for someone to come flying out. But it's maybe a little early for that. Most of the drunkards are still passed out, and the people arriving aren't quite nearly as pissed as they'd like to be.
As soon as I see the style of the pub, I take off my suit jacket, revealing a sort of cowboy-esque waistcoat underneath. And I've got, instead of the folded collar, I've got the straight-up collar instead.
Nice.
Just,
Good colour.
Yeah. So that's it.
I'm gonna go.
it's a look I call dead but delicious.
Yes.
So carry on.
I'm gonna go for the swinging doors. Like bring the hammer up over my shoulder and like burst through them.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, so
making
it's
an
like...
entrance.
Actually, make a performance check for me. Let's
Performance?
see. Yeah,
Oh,
let's see
boy.
just how much of a big entrance this is.
Okay. Oh god. That's a 6.
Good entrance.
No one could give any less of a shit.
I kick the door open and stand there. I'm like,
While you're standing still, I just cruise past.
There's just one guy in the corner that just slowly turns to the door and just goes back to his drink.
I just look at him like, nod and then go
I
to the bar.
immediately scan for a table, or even like the edge of a table that we can sort of huddle up to.
Okay, so a bit of a description of the pub as you enter. As you go in, along the wall behind you then as you enter, there are a couple of windows, but also very long coat racks full of cloaks and coats and all sorts of stuff. But at first glance, it is very obvious that it seems that this rack is enchanted in order to prevent petty thievery. But you can try your hand.
I'm going to come back to this, but I'm about to write enchanted rack.
Lilith is there.
Is it like
No, yours
Like
is
hooks?
haunted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's hooks that you just drape the thing up, but there's like this odd purpley shimmer with like little, almost like silvery glitter going through this purple shimmer, like over the top, as if there is some sort of, field over it. You can assume it's for anti-petty theft. It could be just about anything,
I'm gonna hang the hammer on it. It's got like a little leather loop at the base of the shaft. I'm just
It comes about this far off the ground. He's like, yeah. The hook is like, and then the hammer touches down and it stops. Yeah.
Nice.
Just walk away.
The rest of the pub, you can see there's booths all around the edge, along the sort of two side walls. And then in the centre, instead of individual sort of squared off tables, there's almost like a crosshair, 4 long tables that like back onto each other.
Right.
In the far left corner, instead of booths, there is
the tables back onto each other or the seating backs onto each other?
The sort of edge of the table. So like 2 of them are like this and then 2 of them are like this. So like this central bit, they sort of...
Yeah.
You right there?
Well, like up in the air?
No. No, like...
If you were looking top down.
Yeah, like this. No, there's no float table.
Bird's eye view.
You have to clamber up to the top.
Yeah.
Bird's eye view.
Sort of, but with like a bit of
With
a
a
gap in the
gap.
middle, yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
But in the back left corner of the room from where you enter,
Like a
there's
pasta.
a stairway that goes up and over the bar. So the bar is sort of tucked under a balcony and some stairs. And this balcony comes all the way around and then back up again. So there's like, it's just one tall 3-story central room with like a balcony going all the way around. And there are already people sort of jeering and leaning over the balcony and calling to other people on different floors. And there's one guy who's going, "Wait!" And then someone like throws a little like sort of bar nut at him. He's like catching him in his mouth, like pinging off his head and like falling down onto the floor in front of him.
there's the people are already in party mode then?
Yeah, some of these people you can assume have not gone to bed.
Okay.
Even though this is the official first day of celebrations, people
Yeah.
have been here for days, if not weeks, using it as any old excuse to get pissed.
Okay, this is my kind of town. Let's go.
Has Lilith, like, in the pub, would people know her?
Not necessarily straight away. It's been a little while since you've been to the city in general. You may bump into someone who knows you at some point,
Yeah.
but it's not like you walk in and they're all like, "Oh, Lilith." It's like,
Yeah.
Maybe there's a guy who he secretly knows you, but he's like with his kid or his wife, and he's like,
So I was going to ask for a perception check to find an appropriate table, but this is really weird, but could I have an insight check instead? Because I want to actually find a place where we're not going to be bothered.
okay,
So I'm actually looking at people's body language rather than for the table.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
Give it a go.
this is what happens when a DM plays.
Yeah. How can I break the rules more efficiently?
Okay, insight. Well, my insight is actually worse than my perception, so...
Shoot myself in the foot a bit.
Yeah. 14 in all.
Okay. Yeah, so it seems that the leftmost booth is currently empty. There's a few empty booths, but it does seem like a lot of people enjoy being around this middle.
I was going to say, is it empty because people are on their feet?
Yeah, pretty much. There's people moving back and forth, but on these middle tables there seems to be some gambling going on and, very leery drinking groups and stuff. Seems to have stopped.
Can we smell food? Like, can we smell like sausages or anything?
Sausage.
Yeah, there's
Or hot
definitely...
dogs.
So there's...
Oh, do we smell sausage rolls or what?
Are we in a Greg's? There's definitely some, like, sort of meat smell in the air. There's...
You're looking for sausages, but you're bothered by meat.
But it could be ham, and I don't like ham. I don't like the smell of it.
Wait, you or Briarleaf?
Both.
Okay.
I thought you don't like the smell of packet ham.
Oh yeah, it does smell like
Smells
fart.
like
It smells like
This
fart,
would
yeah.
be like roasting, like nice honey roasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it'd be
Yeah,
on
oh
top
yeah,
of a hat.
it
I
would
like
be
a gammon.
fresh, yeah.
I remember one time when I was DMing for you, I said that your character was drinking peppermint tea, and you were like,
Peppermint tea is disgusting.
yeah.
Oh, I love
Tough
that.
piss.
I like
Water.
peppermint tea.
Peppermint and licorice.
Okay, so we take, as soon as we see that,
Yeah. So you,
as soon as we see a clearing in the crowd, I'm like, go!
yeah. So in addition to the smell of this like meat wafting at you, there is a definite sickly like mead smell that is very sweet, as if that's what a lot of the patrons are drinking. There is a general musk of BO from partygoers being there all day, all night, all day, all night, without so much as sleeping, let alone bathing, God forbid.
Dirty.
There definitely seems to be, every now and again, just a little hint of like sicky burp, you know?
Nice.
There's just like a few people walking past and you're like, ooh, God, he's been here for too long.
burps.
Yeah, danger burps.
Oh,
Kebab burp,
yeah,
like.
the danger burp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like that.
It's
No.
not great,
Not a
but
fan.
that, luckily, for 90% of the time, that is overpowered by the seared meats and there's like a fire going. Because we are moving into winter. It's still, or it is winter, it is still relatively mild due to you being very equatorial. But for them, it's like for the natives, it's quite cold. So there is a fire going. So you've got that ashen, like burnt wood smell. It makes the air slightly dry and a little smoky. Like obviously, a lot of the smoke is going up the chimney, but just enough is getting out that when it's combining with the meat, it smells like a well done, like hickory smoked ham. Yeah,
Not fart packet ham.
yeah.
Not Billy Bear ham.
As soon as we approach the coming up to the table, I'm gonna try and get in before anybody else, so I'm on the inside, so I'm closest to the wall.
Yeah,
I don't know
fair
if anyone else is gonna try and.
As you're going to the table, I'm going to be like, ale? Yeah, ale, cool. And
thought you said
like
you were
not
gonna
waiting
deck
for
in.
any response, and then go straight to the
As you're actually going away, I'm like, mead.
Do I hear him?
Roll a perception check over the noise of the bar.
That was a 2.
I'm getting ale.
No,
What's my
getting ale.
perception? That makes it a 5, but yeah.
Yeah, even just going off your passive, the bar was loud enough that, like,
I'm getting him ale.
yeah, getting him ale. There's a few different types of ale, to be fair, but it seems a lot of people are drinking just your sort of middle of the road mead, your middle of the road ale. The stuff that isn't like just bitter piss water, but not the stuff that will cost a bomb. Just enough that you know that it's good, but not enough that you can't just get absolutely sloshed on it. So yeah, you sit with your back to the front wall, or sort of flipped as if you're facing where you just came from.
So, Scarius is trying to aim to actually have a meat shield between him and the patrons.
Okay.
So,
Let will happily be
so
meat
wherever the best would be for that.
Okay. So
I assume facing the wall then, wouldn't it? The front wall,
As in-
if I'm picturing it right.
maybe. Well, so say if this was the wall that you came through, and this is
Yeah.
the room. You're in this corner, so you could sit with your back against the wall. So you'd have someone next to you, and then you can see the room.
Yeah, I'd rather see the room.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you tuck yourself into the very corner of the room.
I'm going to sit next to you because I want to be able to see what's going on.
You are now shielded meat.
Excellent.
okay,
Yeah, meat
I'm
is shielded
up
by
by the
Lilith.
bar
Yes.
with Baxter, and I'm like, have you got any meat platters that we can share? Meat platters?
There's this like this little goblin that's looking up at you, as if to be like, the fuck is up with this bitch? Like, he's like, of course we got meat platters. Why are you talking to me like I'm stupid?
Perfect. Can we have some?
How many?
3, 4.
They-
To share. How big are they?
They're pretty fucking big.
Oh,
If you got 4 people, I'd probably recommend no more than 2.
okay, we'll have 3.
There's just this moment where he's like, all right, 2 more. You're a guy in the back. Yeah, whatever. I'm on it. I'm always making fucking meat platters. You see him grumbling under his breath.
How much was it?
So each platter is 1 silver because it's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Oh, breakfast on me, boys.
I'm like banging on the bar. Just be like, yo, hey.
He just looks up at you. He's like, "What is with these jamokes today, huh? What?"
I need hold on. 4 ales.
He just like he's looking around like, "These fucking drunks."
Cheapest you got that isn't watered down.
Hey, what are you saying about my ale, huh?
Yeah, I know. Come on, I know how it is. All these people, you got to make it go a little bit farther. I know that. It's cool. I'm not gonna say anything, but I don't want any of the watered
Are
down
you a
stuff,
fucking narc?
What? What? No. You think what? Do I look?
You
like
in a guards?
Do I
Is that
look
what
like
this
a
is?
guard, dude? Do I look like a guard?
Does he look like a guard
No,
to
you look. Do you two know each other?
Yeah, we go
What,
way
you
back.
rolling with the fucking annoying party today or something? What the? Oh my god. You know what? I can't deal with this.
Hey, do you
can
want me
see him
to buy
like
the ale
limp
or not,
away,
man?
and what you can clearly see that the 3-legged goblin is a piss take because this goblin has 1 leg. He's got like a little wooden stump on the other side that's ever so slightly too short.
But-
so he's like,
Is there a 2-legged goblin with him? So perhaps cumulatively.
Yeah, that's 3 legs.
oh, he's a tripod. But yeah, he honestly walks off and just sends out one of the other guys. You could just hear him in the back, just like shouting and gobbling on top of his lungs and like waving his arms about. You just see him through like the little like hatch window, like, sort of flinging shit around. He's just like banging the table. He's like, I've had enough. I'm going upstairs. You can see him like go to the
Just
back
gonna
door.
look over to Max and go, "What's his problem?"
I don't know. Guess he doesn't want my money, you know? Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just
the
trying to
other
say
guy
that
comes
loud
out, he
enough
goes,
for the other bartender.
Oh, I'm
to hear.
sorry. Ignore my dad. You know, it's been a lot of stress leading up to the party and everything, and the whole like watered down beer thing. Very touchy subject, my friend.
I get it, but everyone does it. We all know everyone does it.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on.
So what can I get you for you? 4 was it? 4.
I think. Oh, wait. Yeah. What? Yeah, 4 ales.
He goes. You want the brown ale or the tar ale or?
Brown sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bring the meats to our table, or am I just standing here?
No, we'll bring it over. Don't worry.
And I'm just gonna run back to the table then.
Okay, just like all fours. But yeah, so what I will say, instead of dealing with sort of individual purchases of food and drink, if you all take, we'll say 5. No, hang on.
How much?
We'll say 2 silver,
gold.
3 silver per day
Yeah.
for the next 8 days. So
What
just
if we
take
actually
off
go now?
20.
What if we go now?
What do you mean?
As in, how much money have we got now?
It'll be on your
in
thing.
your
Right at the
inventory.
top there, top right.
Yeah, so if you just take off like
Oh,
24
okay.
or like 2 gold, 4 silver each,
Oh, and I
just
got
to
to
cover
the
you
end,
for
nice.
basic
Cover for the
food and
whole-
drink for a week, just so you
bill.
don't have to worry about it.
Very good.
And then we can figure out
2
Bolton
gold
Lodge.
and what?
4 silver.
Efficiency.
2 gold.
Provided, obviously,
4
that you're
silver.
sort of not going above and beyond. There'll be certain purchases that you'll have to pay on top of, but we'll just assume then that, you know, you cover your breakfast, your lunch, and your...
It's just
dinner,
daily
everything.
expenses.
Yeah.
I'll hold back on the meats
Okay.
next time.
So it's not the best of stuff, to be fair, because given that, you know, it's sort of 3 silver pieces a day and you just spent a couple of pieces on, you know, a platter.
It's 3 silver pieces. It's 3 silver pieces.
Yeah, no, but like for the... If
Times
you
are
were
hard.
I
in
know.
slightly different parts of the city, it would be like hundreds of gold a day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he covers the drink. You cover the drinks. He gives you a tray, and he's like, "Please don't spill it. We've had so many spillages."
We're good. And I'm just like picking it up and carrying it over to the table.
Okay. You sort of time it well enough that when people start like sort of bouncing back and forth around the place, you're like,
Yeah.
I didn't
with-
bring the hammer.
As soon as I've offloaded my backpack sort of next to me, so like the wall is here, I put the
it'd be on your left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I put my backpack there, and I actually start to like undo all the leather straps on my to you guys, just looks like a gauntlet. Looks like I'm just wearing a gauntlet on one arm for some reason.
Just like, ale for you.
I started doing it, and I just take it off, and as soon as I take it off, you notice like my hand just tremors the entire time that it's off. It's just sort of, he starts to like, you know, relax his muscles and just, you know.
So what's the matter then?
Ale for you.
What's up with you, Shaky?
Thanks.
Old blacksmithing accident. I tried to make an arcane power hammer, and yeah.
So it just shakes like that on his
Ale
own?
for you.
Thank you.
There's a lot of nerve damage.
Okay.
Does that keep it, you know?
It is my own design. It is sort of an arcane support. So it powers my movements. It detects what I'm going to do and powers them.
Do you think you're going to be able to help the peg leg?
Oh, I mean, I've done prostheses in the past, but
Could not make a lot of money out of that.
I'll talk to him later.
So what's your deal? What you do for you a blacksmith?
Jack of all trades, I should say. I like arcane tinkering. But yes, I've made I've smithed a few things and caused this.
Wouldn't be very good with the dagger without that on. We're overdue.
Not really, no. No. And
Make sure you keep it on, yeah?
there used to be sort of in the back of the sort of hand of this gauntlet. There used to be a sort of a dull glow like through the fabric, and as soon as I took it off, it just stopped glowing. So it was just like it's been disconnected.
Basically, you've made a magic glove.
Yes.
Looks badass. It's cool.
Thank you. It is just for support, that's all.
And wear a sling then.
You took a whistle in my mouth then. While you it all gets prepared while you just sort of chat for 5, sipping on your drinks. And they bring over 3 meat platters, which is definitely too much for the 4 of you.
I'm immediately pulling like one whole one towards myself. It's like, where's yours?
See, I knew. Ready.
Whatever ends up being in the middle of it, I'm just gonna pick at it.
There's very clearly some sort of bird meat that isn't chicken, possibly
Sky rat.
duck, possibly gull.
Sky rat.
Yeah,
Gull.
yeah, probably some sort of seabird, given the nature. There are a few
Definitely
different
a sky rat.
like fillets of fish on each of them as well.
Is it actually a fish though, or just
Yeah, it's fish. It's
Okay.
actual fish.
not just like?
No,
that a
this is
fish?
very much a fish-based culture, shall we say?
Yeah,
Both in
being a port town and everything.
yeah, being on an island, a major port city. Like there's a large maritime tradition. A lot of sort of my father was a fisherman and his father was a fisherman sort of deal. And there's a lot of hybrids between sort of Scandinavian style fish dish and sort of like Pacific Island fish dishes. So there's quite a spice variety, and a lot of it is pickled and preserved and the sort of stuff. But there's a decent smattering of fish on the platter. There's sort of thin sliced glazed ham, very thinly sliced beef that is really tender. Like you put it on your tongue and it just crumbles. It's
My mouth is
good
watering.
quality.
I know.
It smells divine. There's like little pots of some sort of dipping oil and dipping sauces in the middle, and it's good shit. Like for the price you paid and for the sheer volume of it as well. Like this chef, though he's churning out ridiculous quantities of meat, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think it was my charming manner, to be honest.
Probably was.
It's mad
Definitely.
that
Foxy lady.
you don't drink in real life, and like I find it fascinating when he's describing like different ales and wines to me and stuff like that. I'm like,
all the time, all his life.
wow.
Speaking of, I was going to say that while you were sipping on the brown ale, that though it isn't the best in your life, it's definitely got a smoked woody note to the smell. Not oak, perhaps more like pine. It's quite... it's got a little hint of citrus in the note and quite herbal almost. And on the tongue it's a little sort of sharp on the very top of the tongue. But when it hits your throat, it's just like one smooth coating. It's a little thicker, more like a Guinness almost.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, Rob, hit the power button on the top.
Oh, okay.
That's odd.
Soundbar went to sleep. Yeah, but
There we go.
you know, it gets the job done. It's probably about a 6%er.
Okay.
So you can drink a few without worry, but
Nice.
sort of once you're on your fourth, you might get a little...
Scarius is a sipper anyway. As opposed to all of my other characters.
Yeah, I was going to say, every other character you've played has been a raging alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like, the very first thing you do is, like, get me a brandy, now,
Balthazar, let's go and get drunk and start a fight
with a god.
with a god, yeah.
Baxter's chugging it. Like, chugging it.
Yeah.
And, like, it just putting away this meat platter. Like, for the size of this dude, he's just, like, inhaling.
Like, oh, that's how he holds the hammer.
I think you got worms.
What? What was that? Just like a mouthful of chicken.
After we've sort of...
Seabird.
Seabird, not chicken.
After we're, sufficiently, a few drinks deep and we've got rid of most of the meat, I turn to you and I say, I have something that might be useful to you. And he hands you leather armor, but it's all studded. It's got studded leather armor. This is armor of magical strength. I infused this last night, and he just hands it over to you. It could be quite useful to you if you wear this sort of thing.
What's the catch?
If I choose to, the magic goes away.
Okay.
So it's not really a catch. It's better to arm your allies.
Okay. Thanks, Kat.
Yeah.
Can I won't put it on in the
Yeah, no,
can.
don't do It's just stripping off you.
No, I'll put it
You
in
scale, man.
my backpack for now.
Although it wouldn't be the first time someone's done it.
So what's everyone here for then? Apart from this one, he's here because he got worms.
Just like
Come to find a position,
third
like...
ale down. Just like, anyone want another?
Yes.
Okay. Just getting up, going straight to the bar for another round.
Yeah.
You can-
take a few more copper off.
Yeah.
Just...
You can add your intelligence on top of any strength saving throws you make.
Holy shit.
That's cool.
I think you can do it for checks as well.
Mucho neato.
So
I'm not very smart, I will warn you.
why are you here for?
Oh yeah, and if you are going to be knocked prone, you can just expend a charge of this to just not be knocked prone.
Whoa.
Nice.
Nice, thanks.
Just ping back up.
Yeah, like you're about to fall and you just don't.
Yeah, basically a weeble now.
Robot kangaroo tail that just punches the ground. You're like, oh,
Armor of magical weevil.
Yeah.
Love it.
So what are you here for then?
Well, you saw the trinkets I like to make. It goes down well with the rich folk. And there's plenty here.
I know lots of things that go well down with the rich folk.
I need to stop drinking as you're about to speak.
Oh, you mean like your performances? The troupe, you call them the courtesans or something?
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone doing, I don't know, something.
Are they practicing without you or something?
No, we meet back up.
Okay.
I return with the ales in the middle of the table.
She's just like, does he actually not know what I am?
Oh, don't tell him, it's funny. Start chugging another ale.
Okay, when you
just,
do
like,
get to the
completely,
bottom of
like-
that one, make a constitution save.
Completely just like...
I've got another
How
one
do
in
we
front
not
of me, but I haven't
understand?
finished the first one yet. And I'm just like,
What about you, Foxy?
Guys, slow down!
What are you here for?
14.
ha, you're literally a foxy.
Yeah,
monkey.
you're fine for now.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I had a dream that I needed to come here. Someone told me in a dream that I needed to come here, and I'm here.
Well, speaking of dreams, what the hell was that about?
Oh, that was what her name, bloody name. What's her name?
Druidish name.
Oh, the
Oh.
druid is.
No, the other woman.
Wait.
That was the one that I put in an arm lock. What's her name?
Put an
Oh,
arm
Gita.
on.
Gita.
Gita. You think it was Gita?
It's Gita's crabs, I told you.
There's some powerful crabs.
Big old crabs. Big old crabs, I'm telling you. That's what it was.
I have
Is that
heard
why
if
there
you
was
let
a
them
crab
go
in the dream?
untreated.
Crab in the dream is Gita's fault.
She is truly a powerful sorceress.
Some might say. She has powerful parts.
He's all just going straight over Skyris's head as well. He's just like, yep, I believe every word of this.
While this is happening,
No,
like,
he's wondering, like, should I ask for notes from this woman? Like, there's some powerful magic there.
while this is happening, Lilith is like scanning the bar for any like people who look like she can either steal from them,
Right,
like easily,
okay.
or customers.
Okay, make a perception check.
You have to always wait. Keep you on your toes. Oh, there we are, 6.
Yeah, you've got prolonged
She's
disappointment
lost.
because you always roll and then look away.
Yeah, and then turn back and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so you don't see anyone that would be an easy pickpocket target just because of the density of the people in the room. You assume that even if you could manage to sort of snipe a slightly loose coin purse, that someone would spot you doing
yeah.
it. However, you think that honestly pretty much any one of these drunken clowns could be a potential client.
Okay.
I think I can gift that item to you as well, so you can actually see it, what it does and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Are we staying here for a while or what?
What, in here?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm comfortable.
Little
It's surrounded by like
Yeah.
I'll keep track.
empty ale.
Whenever you use a charge, I'll just knock
bits
it
of
off.
bone
Yeah.
scattered, just like the grease stain around the mouth and like slightly on the cowl.
Yeah.
Are you too comfortable here for 5 minutes?
Of course, I need to rearrange my bag anyway.
I need to go to the ladies' room.
Okay.
And she just kind of wanders off, goes up to someone and starts trying to get custom, I guess.
Yeah.
Roll to seduce.
Me and you have got something in common because we're looking for clients and customers. That's what we came here for.
Slightly different business.
Yeah.
Tangential.
Yeah, but the thing is, I have to pay part of mine back. Not to me, like, I have to pay part of mine back. There's people above me that I have to pay. It's not like I don't just like, keep it. Unless I just don't tell them.
It's the elven version of 50 cent. 50 silver. Oh shit. So yeah,
Ooh, you
there's
boy.
a few potential customers. There's one bald but heavily bearded. You're not sure if he's a dwarf or a human. He's either
Oh, don't matter.
She about
Find
to find
out.
out.
a bit tall and a bit like thin for a dwarf, or a bit short and a bit wide for a human. You know, he's
Right,
just
okay.
this perfect middle ground.
Short. Man short.
Yeah, manlet.
Manlet.
Yeah, he's got like a thick ginger beard with like a big curled mustache up over the top, and is very clearly in sort of like sailor attire then, and he is a few drinks deep. So when you approach, he just gives you the very drunkenly slurred but traditional, "You're right, darling." Oh. He just blinks one eye at a time.
Oh no.
She just kind of like pushes her boobs together and like, you're looking for a good time.
I'm already having a pretty good time, to be fair, but I mean, you could join in with us. We're playing a bit of cards, innit?
I think he's too pissed. She's gonna go off and find someone else. She's like, no.
He goes, no way.
He's going to ask you to play Madden on the Xbox now.
Come back. Come back. Come back. Oh. Then he just gives up. He's like, those
She
words will
does
not
like
come
turn
out.
around and she's like, all right, but it'll cost you double.
What's the usual, right? So,
2 silver.
he just sort of looks around at his mates and he's like, he goes, lead the way.
She goes to the toilet. She's
Okay, so
like,
there's
oh.
not actual like indoor toilets. There's a couple of like outhouses
Don't matter,
outside.
if someone's in there, she's behind.
Yeah,
You don't care.
you guys sat near the door, just see her like grabbing him by the hand and like leading him out the door.
I'm glad you said hand.
Yeah. And he turns to you specifically and goes,
And as soon as he comes past, I'm like, you're in for a treat, my friend.
great entertainer. So you go outside and
She does private performances.
there's actually 3 outhouses. One of them has been like nailed shut and looks like the third layer of hell has erupted from the bowl or the hole in the floor. The second one is occupied, but the far right one is currently open, if a bit whiffy.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, no bother.
Don't matter, but come on.
It's a word to roll for this.
What, my
Performance.
Yeah,
constitution?
his performance check.
Oh, right.
No, well, surely he's not going to be able to get it. Come on. No.
That's what I mean. Oh, he got a 16. 16 on the erection check.
Oh, we're already
Fair play,
there.
my man. Well done.
Episode 1, we're already there.
Yeah, the moment you grabbed his hand and started leading him, he was ready to go. So that happens.
Eager.
Yeah. We will cut back to the rest of the party while you conduct your business.
Did you just fade to black?
Yeah, but also, how
Fable 2
like
style.
how long does he last? Because that's another one. Obviously, she's not going to be there for ages, is she? She's going to be like, oh, fuck's sake, come on.
I rolled a d6 for minutes and he had a 6.
All right, then.
This has devolved so quickly. Okay, we'll call it 6 and then he passes out.
Okay.
Face down, arse up. Trousers around his ankles. As if he's tried to take a shit but fell off the toilet.
It's alright, she robbed him on the way after.
Okay.
When she's done. Well, when he's done, she's just like, oh.
Okay, you go right through his pocket.
Pocket
You take the remainder of the silver that was in his pocket, which was an additional 3 silver. And
So did he give me any silver? To
yeah,
begin
you
with?
paid up front.
So
You
you
broke the
paid me
director
the
again.
4 silver.
Yeah.
Is Robbie crying?
Yeah.
Everybody fucking knew it. It wouldn't take long.
Yeah,
dear.
so then the remaining silver, and there's like just a scrumpled bit of paper that seems to be some sort of receipt, but that's it. It seemed like
What
his
does it
mates
say
were
on it
paying for
all?
his drink. It's a sort of like a dry cleaning receipt, like he's taken
Don't fucking
while
smell like
on.
you've been dry cleaned.
Yeah, no, but while he's on land, because clearly he's docked from a ship, but seems to be a working sailor, not just a party goer. Went to the local washerwoman to get all his skivvies rinsed.
She's
Is that
as
a
she
phrase?
walks away, she's gonna spit on him and kick him in the ribs.
Okay, roll to hit. I guess.
Savage.
It's unnecessary.
Was that a roll to hit?
Hmm.
Oh, poor guy.
He's passed out. People the advantage, isn't it? He's incapacitated.
This is what you get. Be nice to women.
You might crit him.
He paid you.
Yeah?
He lasted 6 minutes.
Fucking hell.
And prostitution is perfectly legal in this city.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't. It doesn't mean that she's having a lovely time. She's like, oh, fucking hell, I gotta do this. I gotta work, and I.
Have we picked up a serial killer?
Apparently.
She hasn't killed him.
So what was your roll to hit?
21.
Hits. Roll. Oh wait, no. What's your strength modifier?
Yeah, this is an unarmed strike.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it just
Just
not
the-
an arm
your-
strike?
It'll
there?
be your strength
plus on
stat.
The
Strength
strength
stat.
one.
Oh, what does it say on your unarmed strike?
+4. Hit DC +4. Damage 3.
3. Okay, you break his rib entirely. Like, just one little rib on the side, just you kick it and you can hear the... as it go, and you can hear him go... He's basically bleeding out, incapacitated.
Oh no.
She's just gonna go. Just carry on walking, just shut the door. Just close the toilet door, just like...
Oh boy.
Okay.
And come back to the table and be like, someone outside who might need your hands.
You totally should have put battle music.
Was your performance too intense or something?
Yeah, he's passed out, you have.
Show me the way.
He's in the shitter.
Is it that good? He's just like trying to stifle laughter.
Has he got stomach problems?
Lung
problems? Oh dear.
Yeah, you're right.
Scarius goes outside and... Oh, the speaker went off again.
Robert!
What's that about?
God's sake, Robbie.
Yeah, Scarius just goes outside, probably eventually finds the guy.
Yeah, I mean, the toilets are just sort of like round the corner, tucked under the... so within these, what they're called, platforms, where this building takes up the entire like front half of it, there are like really dark alleys between some of the buildings in it. They didn't build them necessarily like butt to butt.
Right.
They left a bit of room to get through, and obviously there's some doors around the back. But the toilets are just sort of like, if you're looking at the building, you head around to the right hand side, and under the like the cover, the shadow of the platform, there's a few toilets. So the first one you see, again, looks like someone summoned a demon and it's been boarded up. The second one, a gnomish fellow stumbles out of as you approach, just covered in sick. Like it's one of those ones where the smell hits you and you suddenly okay, not that one. And then you just see like under the door, because they don't go all the way to the floor, is just like some dude's head and an arm, and you can just hear.
Okay, I open the door if it can be opened, because there's a lock from the inside.
It isn't locked now.
Oh yeah, because you
just
got.
shut it.
Yeah, I open the door and come on, my friend, come on. You need to drink less. Come on.
At which point, like, while this is happening, I'm telling you what would have happened.
I
Baxter's in.
pick him up and I actually like nicely like even help him pull his trousers up and I'm just like, come on, friend. I put my arm around him and sort of start walking him back. And as I'm walking him back, I'm actually with my gauntlet now back on. I actually just start tapping away on his shoulder. Again, and you see like runes start sort of almost like a typewriter, like typing away, and cast Cure Wounds.
That was unbelievably lucky. He was on 2 successes and 2 death saves.
Okay, let's see how much we can.
Nah, he's alright.
That is
Fuck's sake. Got a way to
4
go.
points of healing.
Heals him to max.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was already
stop
a point
up,
under
innit?
max because he
Yeah.
was drunk and leery, but had been in some sort of scuffle earlier. Possibly even just fell. But the 3 was like the perfect. I was like, it's only going to be a 2. Oh no. So yeah, you do heal him to full, and he just has this pulse of, and you can like physically see his rib going.
Yeah.
And put him back into place. It's not fully fixed. It'll take a while.
Yeah.
But the sort of pulse of the Cure Wounds does push it back out. And he goes, I have you.
Okay, my
Take me
friend.
back to my friends.
Of course,
And he's
of
like,
course,
I don't-
of course.
And he like coughs. There's like a little bit of blood.
Yeah.
And he's like, did you? And he does that thing again where it's like, this time it's not even just blinking with one eye, it's just like a full on.
Oh no.
He's like, did you do that?
No, I just fixed you up.
Cheers. he just stumbles back through the door and goes up to his friend and goes, "What drinks?"
As soon as any of his friends like make eye contact with him, they're like, he fell. Fell in the toilet.
Like from the other side, it was like you barely made it. He fell.
Get him some water.
again.
Get him some water now.
Oh my lord.
But at which point Lilith is describing to you two exactly what happened.
Baxter's like on the floor laughing.
Just like, and now I've sent him to fix him.
I'm just chuckling into my drink.
Lilith is like, she's kind of forced into this because she hasn't got any other
Yeah.
means
Talent.
of like, she's done nothing. She can't do anything. Yeah, essentially.
Jack of no trades.
So she's kind of like forced into this.
Yeah.
So hates doing it.
Have you like mentioned that during this?
No, but it's something. That's why I'm explaining
Yeah.
that she's like, why she beat him up afterwards.
As soon as I get back, I'm like, how did he even watch your performance? He was so drunk.
He fell in the shitter.
I saw.
I tried to help him.
He broke a rib.
Any idea, Baxter?
People break ribs all the time.
Fell on the shitter, I bet. On the shitter.
I don't know.
He's like falling off his chair on the floor at this point.
Did you fix him?
Yes, he's okay now.
Oh, there were.
It was very irresponsible of you to come and
Actually feels
get
better
me.
now than he did.
Well, he didn't bleed out, did he? So,
He tried to.
well, he did.
You are truly a hero.
I'm truly a hero.
Yes,
You saved a life today.
You save many lives every day.
Also swallow quite a few.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Did you pick up on that?
I wouldn't have a clue.
I'm talking about eggs. Chicken eggs. Fucking hell.
No, I would have just been like, when
CX.
Gary receives information that doesn't compute, he just sort of disregards
Just
it.
like, no.
Just like, blink, like, no.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
It's not my fault you're all foul. I was thinking about literal chicken eggs.
Yeah, that's why you chose the word you did.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So
About this, go on.
what's the plan for the rest of the day? What are we doing? Staying here?
Do we want to book some rooms? What is so funny, my friend?
I normally don't book rooms, just kind of turn up.
Oh, for your private performances?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's see what kind of rooms they have. I'm quite happy to share if anyone wants to share with me.
I'm easy.
Okay.
So happy.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell. If I don't have a heart attack by the end of this campaign, I'll eat my hat. But I will buy a hat, then eat my hat.
That is so.
I think it's
really
best
cool.
to give Lilith her own room, like privacy.
Oh no,
So you
I made two
So you can
platinum.
practice in peace.
Oh, I don't need practice.
Oh. Of course not.
She's very well practiced.
Superstar.
I go up to the counter and ask, what kind of size rooms do you have?
I'm afraid the only ones we got left are the ones on the very top. They're the slightly smaller rooms with no sort of windows, but I mean, look around.
Would how many of those, and would any of them fit 4 people?
I mean, we have 4, and I mean, you can technically fit 4 people in the room. I just don't recommend it.
Okay, what about 2? Would that be more comfortable?
You could top and tail
Okay. I just
or spoon.
I just booked 2 rooms then for the.
What about fork?
Spooning does lead to forking.
I'll book for
Oh
2
my
days.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case we want to move on later on in the week.
Okay. So that will be 2 rooms for 2 days. Wait, I just did the math. 3 gold, 2 silver.
Okay.
Couldn't decide on a number.
Okay, let's just take that off. 3 gold, 2 silver.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Rooms are on me.
Nice. I mean, I did buy y'all breakfast.
I don't buy anything.
You assaulted a man.
Deserved it. Dirty.
Okay. You order up the rooms for the day. The little goblin fellow behind the bar says,
Dad
hey.
or son? Oh,
The son. Yeah, he goes, hey, we're handing out these just throughout the week, so here you go. And he hands you like this little pamphlet with essentially just like a timetable of events for the week.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, so today you see that the sort of official things for the day is a contest of mud wrestling.
Mud wrestling.
Mud wrestling at 2 p.m. Archery contest at 4 p.m. Animal racing qualifiers at 6 p.m. And then the introduction from King Cathard at 10 p.m. But then, other than those like 3 major events, there's gambling, there's a theatre show at 2 and at 6 that it's one of those things where it's an amdram that's been forced by the king. So it's the goblin's like, I don't recommend it. I've seen them practicing. It's not good at all. Like, don't waste your gold, because they charge you to watch it, and it's fucking dreadful.
You wouldn't catch me dead in a theatre.
What time was the Archers? Did you say?
What did I say? 4 p.m. I think.
I don't know. I was asking you, love.
Yeah, I think I said 4. And then there's also like just essentially a continuous food festival throughout most of the Onyx Wharf, the
Is
King's View.
there any food contests?
Not today.
As soon as I see,
There is competitive eating and drinking tomorrow at 5.
as soon as I see mud wrestling on there, I actually turn to Baxter. I'm like, they have mud wrestling.
That sounds awesome.
I might sign up.
Like, just grabs the pamphlet from you. Cool. Where do we sign up? Let's go. Let's go.
You also see that every day at midday there's going to be some sort of parade through the King's View towards the Palace of Cathard in honour of the Prince. It'll be the exact same every single day, like clockwork. Midday, Oompa Band, essentially.
Nice.
But just like big and marchy, you know?
Yeah.
And then there's also, it just says like, inquire about parties at various places and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it does give you a full rundown of the 8 days, like official things to do. I will get an actual grid sent over to you guys.
Sick.
But for today, you've got the 4 things: the mud wrestling, archery, animal racing qualifiers, and the introduction from King Cathard. And I think that's probably a good idea to take a break.
Yeah.
Good time
Great.
to take. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Break
Brain
time.
gone
Nice.
blur. Yeah. We will be back soon. Catch you after the
Ciao, ciao.
Welcome back. So, before the break, these guys were chilling in a tavern, committing crimes, and given a pamphlet of events for the week.
I was committing anti-crimes.
Yeah, to be fair,
I
you
was
saved a guy's life.
I was solving crimes.
He was one death save away from dying.
Also, it's legal.
Yeah, prostitution's legal. I didn't.
Not that bit.
Killing someone.
I didn't
The
kill
breaking
him,
the ribs bit.
But
Yeah,
it's
well-
all the bits that are involved.
Yeah.
You know?
Go take in a backstory. Come on now.
Jesus. Anyway,
Scarius just thinks that you're just really irresponsible with who you perform with
No, he
for
slipped
now.
on. I've told her that he slipped on shit, basically.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. And I'm like, you gotta be
Duty of
careful.
Dude, okay.
Yeah.
To your clients.
so it's probably approaching midday now.
Okay.
We got the parade.
There is a parade, which is slightly further across the city. You guys are sort of slap bang in the middle of the Onyx Wharf. You'd have to go across essentially an entire borough of Kingsview, or like all the way around it to get towards the palace. With the streets as busy as they are, chances are you're going to miss it, because it's all uphill as well. But it happens every day at noon anyway. Even if you miss it today, you'll see it again tomorrow, and then be fed up with it by the following day. And by the following day, you will have killed a brass player.
Well,
Maybe I did.
But
Yeah, Lilith might have shagged half the band.
Half.
can we,
Wait a
It was
minute.
3 days.
can we
It's a
get
large parade.
can we get anyone in the parade to dab?
God.
Can we get into the parade?
Oh god.
Then who's
Anyone
going to
play a
entertain him?
trumpet?
This is the party we're with.
Baxter has no musical skills whatsoever.
I don't think any of them do.
Lilith can dance.
No one's got an
I
instrument
could
proficiency,
sing.
She
have
can
they?
basically slut drop in the street. It
Oh,
rolls.
Treating him more like a sort
No,
of...
Lilith, slut dropping is not an instrument.
Damn it!
Thinking it's more like the sort of New Orleans Mardi Gras as opposed to, like, you know, a princely ceremony.
For a baby.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still like the whole royal affair of it all, you know?
God.
It's still very...
I mean, how does Britain react to a
Traditionally.
royal baby?
Yeah.
They go wild.
It's true.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get a day off, but then the less
Sometimes
important
we
ones
do.
we don't.
Yeah.
Depends on the baby.
Yeah.
Sorry, George.
Yeah, so you guys have a pair of rooms right up at the top of the building. The first 2 rooms out of 4. You notice when you... are you going to go up and like drop your stuff off up there?
Yeah,
or-
I was just going to drop like some of my less important supplies. I'm taking my gauntlet and I'm taking efficiency with me at minimum.
Yeah. So it takes a while to get up the stairs and around the balconies and up the stairs and push past the drunks and up more stairs.
Haven't we got a fucking lift?
No. Funny enough.
Why? One of the goblins could just pull a rope and we'd go whoop. Fuck's
You're a
sake.
bloody strong goblin.
And heavy.
Yeah.
You'd have to be heavier than all of us to lift us.
Yeah.
A very
Alright
dense
then,
wee
a
boy.
fucking cave troll, whatever.
Like, you know the black gate where there's the 2 trolls rolling
It's just for a lift.
Just for getting Lilith to her room.
Take me to my room.
But yeah,
I ascend.
there's a few stairs in the way. One of you gets pelted by a peanut as you walk past, as the guy clearly missed the peanut. Nut cat.
No, I thought you.
You thought.
I
Okay.
thought you said penis. Just walking up
Oh,
the
this
stage
has
getting blasted
devolved
by
so
one.
quickly.
I haven't got missile snaring yet.
We can't even pretend to be
Lilith
classy.
allergic to penis.
I'm trying.
Peanuts.
I'm in a suit, I'll have you know. Yeah,
Yes,
so
I sipped my drink and everything.
yeah, you get up to the top floor, and when you arrive, a white kobold comes out of the far end room, and just sort of gives you a nod and walks away. But the only reason I bring that up is because it is a friend's PC in an alternate game that we're running that may be a guest at some point, so I wanted to
Okay.
bring that up,
Nice.
just so you've got a little
Let's
bit of
go in.
recognition. Yeah, kill him off. Do it. I'll just turn up to him with a big red cross through his statue.
Like, Scarius,
I'll be
why
like,
did you
sorry,
just-
my other party murdered you.
Like, Scarius, why did you suddenly shiv that guy? It's like, I don't know, I just felt like it.
Why don't you
So out of
Lilith him?
character.
Yeah,
Scarius.
just go for Lilith.
And then when
just
he
break
comes,
his
it's
ribs.
like, we got some news for you.
Sorry, you've been Lilithed.
Yeah, so
It's basically like a
he locks the end door, but you
Shies
guys
and
are in the
kills
front
him.
too. So it's 4 rooms. So a long narrow corridor with 4 rooms all on the left side, which sort of stretch back. If you're standing in front of the bar, imagine it goes like away from you, so it actually goes like deeper into the platform. But yeah, you arrive. It's primitive, but
Okay.
comfortable. You know, it's dry. It's clean. There are 2 buckets, one with water, one that's empty, for obvious purposes. A rudimentary bed with a hay mattress, if you can call it that, which is sort of just like a... Not burlap, it's nicer than burlap, but it's no better than relatively coarse cotton stuffed with, you know, hay and bits of fur and feathers and all the other stuff that'll probably inevitably end up on the floor. No windows, but there is like a sort of like a slit along the top with like an overhang on the outside that clearly goes into like one of those alleyways.
Alright.
But very little light gets there anyway, so you just get a hint of like lantern light, because like all day there are just lanterns burning in these like alleyways. There is in fact a lantern in the room hanging on the wall, currently unlit. There's also so if you head in and see the bed on the right side of the rooms, all the rooms are identical, is a relatively decently made desk. A little bit wobbly, like not to the point where it's like too annoying, but it's like it's as you lean on it, it just does that.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to find the spot and then. Oh fuck.
So enough to make Scarius kill a man then.
Yeah, enough to make him off himself in rage. With a chair without a cushion, and a few candles on the table. No drawers, but there is like a sort of hanging rail and a trunk for you to put your belongings in if needed.
Being a monk, I don't presume that I'm taking the bed. I'm used to sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
So I just kind of put my, like, open the door, put my backpack down, take efficiency out of my backpack and clip it to my belt, and then take some of my notebooks out, put it on the desk, and kind of just like turn and be like, "Who's sharing with me?"
Okay, don't all go at once. I'll just like come along and go in, like pull my hammer into the room.
Feels bad. Well, it feels sad, but yeah. Okay, yeah, you get the bed, you just slump the hammer up next to it. There's I forgot to say, there is like a very rudimentary bedside table. It's essentially just a post with 3 shoddily crafted legs and like just a disc.
I'm putting the hammer on it.
It's just you're like, what? Just crumbles into bits on the floor. You're like, that was held together literally with string. Like there were no nails, there was nothing binding that.
I imagine
That was
just
literally string.
Boom, slump on the bed.
Just through the mattress.
I would just like glance to it and be like, eh.
I put my suit jacket on the chair as well, not taking that with me.
Cool. Yeah. So it's all pretty safe in there.
It's safe just by
exactly
having
the
so
same
many
room
flights of stairs.
for you two.
I mean,
so.
Lilith has like a very small pack with her that she leaves, but she takes all that money with her.
Yep. Oh, just to reiterate for you guys, but also for the benefit of the people at home, each of you has a coin pouch,
Yep.
a little leather of your shade of colour on your belt or whatever, that essentially is a magical piggy bank where you put in coins and it's essentially a bag of holding for coins only.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that explains the ignore coin weight, but also it automatically changes like the sort of subdivisions of the coins into other ones if you need it. It's just sort of like, oh, I need to pay for this, it's 1 gold, but I'm going to pay for it in silver. You literally just think silver and reach in and it gives you it in silver. They're very commonplace in the world. It's almost like the mobile phone of nowadays, where like most decently well-off enough people have got one.
It's a smart purse.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
I have seen ones where they've actually got like there's like a card of currency or something like that, and they actually like it like magically transfers gold from your vault to their vault.
That's great. I love that.
But yeah, it's more or less along the lines of that, where you don't have to worry about coins at all.
I've
So
been
you
meaning
do
to
have
ask as
one.
well.
Yeah.
Because Lilith is involved in things that she's involved with.
Yeah.
Has she got any illicit products on her?
I thought you were going to say
Product?
diseases.
No. you know of people that do,
Yeah.
but you specifically don't.
Okay.
You're not necessarily trusted enough, but also
I wonder why.
the workforce of your type tend not to be trusted to carry things around per se.
Yeah.
You're told to make money, be that through your
Also, how much how much of my money goes back?
I will figure that out,
Okay.
because I've not really. I don't want to just say a number and then be like, oh, actually that's real rough, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. Only
'cause
so I
for
roughly
now-
know how much she needs to.
Yeah, for now it doesn't matter too much, because you've got till the end of the week to pay up anyway. When you reconvene, you're expected to hand over your
Yeah.
profits. So, yeah. But yeah,
To your performance troupe.
My dancing.
Yeah.
yeah, to the ringmaster,
Yeah.
the head clown.
No clowns.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're afraid of clowns.
No clowns except Lilith.
Oh, you're gonna love Al's character.
Oh.
You are?
You're gonna love Al's character.
No.
It made me uncomfortable.
No.
Oh dear.
So, anyway, you guys drop your stuff off, head back downstairs, I assume, and out into the world, perhaps.
Mud wrestling, mud wrestling, mud wrestling.
When
Strangely, Scarius is also like mud wrestling, mud wrestling.
when we're looking around, is there anyone that Lilith would know from the group in terms of could recognise as part of?
This is a weird one because it's sort of a perception check, but it's also sort of just like a history check. Make one of either of those.
Choose?
Yeah, you pick
All right, okay. I'm
So
Dungeon
whatever's
Master
higher.
now.
history or perception.
Do whatever's highest now.
Look at me, I am Dungeon Master now.
Okay, we'll go history. Why not? 15.
Okay. So you recognize that a few of the armed security details have been of the Petrocini family.
Okay.
Not specifically the family itself, but the people under the influence of the Petrocini family. And you know that nearby, sort of a few blocks away, is Mama Petrocini's pleasure palace, and that there are a few, there's a few girls and a few guard details heading towards it, back and forth. But you don't see anyone that you specifically recognize, but you recognize
it's just more
the sort
do I
of.
know that it's them? They're part of the guild.
They're quite present in this city because not only are brothels legal, hence Madame Petrocini's pleasure palace, which I'm going to have to say a million times and regret writing down, but it's sort of semi-encouraged by the council here, the sort of High Council of the King, that take a share of the profit of what goes on in the city. So, if anything, they endorse it.
Okay.
What's the ham or the cheese that sounds like Petrocini?
I don't know.
There's
Pepperoni.
pepperoni, pastrami, fettuccine cheese.
Feta.
That's cheese, right?
Fettuccine's.
No, ham. Wait, what is it?
Pasta.
I'm thinking of feta. Yeah, fettuccine. What am I thinking of?
No.
There's another ham. Prosciutto as well.
I don't know, the
Cheddar.
name just reminds me of ham, and then it's like ham pleasure palace, and it's not good.
No, Petroncini.
Okay.
Wait.
It's the M triple P.
You were not okay with ham, are you?
No, not
Fat
today,
package.
Yeah,
no.
what's up with that? The only thing she eats is ham sandwiches.
Billy Bear ham.
So yeah, you do recognise. Well, actually, to be fair, each of you recognise the sort of big players of the crime world being very present. The Brass Helms, the Petroncini family. There's a few goblins going around with sort of like post-delivery carts and other orcs, half-orcs, hobgoblins. And it is very commonly known that this is the Barrack Post Service, or Postal Service. That's Barak. And the Barrack mob are very well known to be smugglers of all sorts of things. Weapons, drugs, contraband, magical artifacts, people, animals, you name it. And they use this postal service as like a guise, but literally everyone and their mother knows that the Barrack mob are running this like crime ring, but they are untouchable.
Including Scarius?
Probably.
Okay.
They are everywhere in the world. Any and every town and city, any major like post office and postal service thing goes through the Barrack mob. Don't get me wrong, they run a tight ship on the actual post. They do their job. But among those...
They're like money launderers that really take pride in like the actual
100%.
operation.
Yeah, they have a sort of actual business wing that's run by one of the Barrack brothers and all of his inferiors, and they run the postal service properly. And then you've got what's his name? Gubsnick Thrice Killed Barrack.
Ah,
Thrice killed in...
I've read this name.
Yeah.
Thrice killed.
Everyone knows about him. He's one of these sort of politician-fronted criminals, you know? He's like... He makes a lot of public appearances. He does a lot of sort of opening of new buildings and
What's his
statues.
last name again?
Barrack.
Oh, it's just...
Yeah, that is, yeah. So Gubsnick Barrack, but he's known as Thrice Killed Barrack.
It's an exaggeration, he's only been killed twice.
Maybe you can ask him at some point. But yeah, he's a major player, like kingpin criminal, but his men are walking freely through these streets.
So, like, what's the relationship between the crime gangs? Like, are they...
So the Brass Helms will do work for anyone that pays them.
Mm-hmm.
So they... Like, again, this is all really common knowledge. Like, these are such prominent gangs in the world, on every continent, in every country, in every city, that even if you don't know a specific, if you even so much as bring it up, someone else will fill in a gap, you know? But the Brass Helms, though they tend to go under their own banner, they will just do work for others if they get paid. It tends to be specifically murder and assault, as opposed to like the actual smuggling or anything. The Petroncinis and the Barrack mob are sort of sworn enemies, but they have agreed to some form of a truce where they don't openly attack each other in the streets. Tends not to work all that often.
Bastards, get
Like it, especially in the the deep underbelly of the city, there is constant fighting between them.
You know, the actual postal service, do they have a uniform?
Sort of. It's more like a colour scheme than like a uniform. Like, as long as they're roughly wearing this like sort of charcoal, almost like a what's it called, Payne's grey, so like a very desaturated blue black.
Yeah.
But are they always goblins?
Well, they tend to be greenskins,
Okay.
but they do hire other people in general. But the closer you are to the top of the family, the inner ring tends to be the greenskins, and then the inner ring within there are specifically goblins.
Right.
So, with the Petruccinis, so Lilith is part of the Petruccini crime gang, would she have to hide that? Would people know? Would it be obvious to these guys?
No.
Right.
As far as they're concerned, you could be an independent worker.
Okay.
You know.
Does anything ring a bell with Scarius when he sees the colours and things like that? Does he have any memories of this?
It was the brass helms you went with, right?
I actually said pick for me, and Scarius would find out.
Okay, so.
You just found out.
No, hang on. Make a history check.
That's a low roll. 6 in all.
Okay.
I found it.
A courgette.
No.
What?
A zucchini.
Zucchini.
So that's a vegetable.
Yeah, that is not.
That's not cheese.
Yeah, I found out now.
The zucchini crime
I
family.
found what it is and then showed me a courgette.
I like how it corrected it as well. It's like, you're in Britain. It's a courgette, not a zucchini.
I'm stuck in my dress.
So yeah, you don't get much of anything.
Oh, there we are.
There's a glint of light that comes off one of the brass helmet towards you, and you get this very subtle and very fast, like, sort of beep in the back of your mind, as if to be like, whoa, hang on. However, you're not sure whether it was specifically the brass helm or if it was just this glint of light, that the way that it sort of hit you, the particular part of like your eye, how it filled your vision, that sort of
okay,
but you're not getting anything specific at this point.
To these now.
I'll just sort of watch them as they go about their business, but not not following or anything.
No. Yeah, there are enough of them anyway. Like, this is a period of history that, though not lawless by any stretch of the word, there's a lot of vigilante justice, even within these major kingdoms, and there's a large divide between rich and poor.
Right.
And the poor are left to fend for themselves, which is how these crime families have such a hold. But even in this, like, relatively well-off borough of the city, you know, just on an island in the Eastern Ocean, seemingly in the middle of nowhere, they still have such a grip on life. But again, it's especially the barracks, they do a good job. So like, people don't mind. They're like, I got my post on time. I got shivved and my drugs were stolen, but I got my post.
I would be happy with that as well, or
well, being shivved and having your drugs stolen.
Not so much, but my post being on time.
Yeah.
I do get angry when
they run a tight ship.
I paid for next day delivery.
They make Bezos look like a
I am
bitch.
nasty.
As soon as they sort of go out of view, I sort of try and rack my brains for a bit, and then as soon as I see like the cash sight of these guys again, I'm like, I turn to Baxter and I'm like, Mud Wrestling?
Mud Wrestling.
Okay, so you've got about 2 hours until the mud wrestling. It's about this point that you can actually just faintly on the wind hear this, like, oh wait, hold on, ooh, pocket bar, baby.
Okay.
Just this triumphally, you know, like celebration theme in the distance. Just floating down on the wind, there's quite a prominent brass section.
Okay.
And cutting through it all is a very loud bagpipe of sorts.
Nice.
Oh, God.
Perhaps, I can't, what are they called? Shit, I never remember the name. It's really funny. I think it begins with like a Z. It's similar to like
Zucchini.
No, not quite. It looks like a bagpipe that's sort of like folded down on itself weirdly. I can never remember the name of it, but I will find it, and it is funny. But it's essentially, if you took a bagpipe and sort of like bent it around on itself, and then you play one side, and it like comes out the bottom, and it's very strange.
What?
And there's all these like weird little like flangey bits, you know. So it's.
Is it a Sam Pog?
Ooh, I don't.
That's what it is.
That's not ringing a bell, but we'll go with that. It's not your traditional Scottish bagpipe. It's some other sort of
Was that in chat?
bagged instrument.
Oh, I'm just googling.
Some sort of bagged wind instrument.
Strange bagpipe.
Strange bagpipe.
Zeddy
Better make a
bagpipe.
note of
It
that.
might not even be Zed, to be fair. I might have made that up, but I feel like it's a strange letter.
Potentially Zed bagpipe.
Potentially Zed bagpipe. But yeah, it's very magnificent sounding, you know. It stirs that weird sort of victory over the enemy feeling, even though you guys, for the most part, have never been here. You have no relation to this city in any way. You have no relation to the king in any way, or his army, or his conquering of the islands. But suddenly you're like... It's almost like when Freebird starts playing for a Vietnam vet. You just get that weird, like, we're going in, boys, feeling, you know? So, yeah, it does exactly what it's supposed to be doing.
Sounds like money to me.
Shag the band.
Not necessarily.
Brass
Yeah.
band groupie.
She has other.
Assuming that's where
things.
the events are, I just start heading towards it.
Okay, so the mud wrestling itself is not quite at the palace, but it is toward the palace, so it'll take you probably about 20-30 minutes to walk there, given the sort of general movement of the city, which would give you about an hour and a half.
Can we sign up for it now, though?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, just find a guy.
Yeah,
Do it.
so yeah, it takes about
let's
half
do
an hour.
it.
So it's about 1:30.
Wait,
Wait.
do showers. Do a shower.
Well, for after the mud wrestling.
Yeah.
Are we all signing up for the mud wrestling?
But why
yeah.
not?
Why not?
This is going to turn into like a Royal Rumble or
Great
something.
final.
isn't it?
Brilliant.
Shit, he's on to me. Write that down. Yeah, so you sign up. You meet this. I can't remember the name of the race I was going to say. We'll just go with Gnomish Woman.
Okay.
It was going to be one of the monstrous races, but I forgot the name.
Who won?
Yeah.
Hey,
This Gnomish Woman.
we live in a society.
And she jots down each of your names. I assume you're giving the real name.
Yeah.
I dare to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not like last time.
I give my last name as well.
Okay.
What was
You're the only one with a last name.
Am I?
Yeah.
what was the thing I gave last time? Oh, the horny
Horny.
Neville.
Horny
Yeah, the
Neville.
Horny
I
Devil,
was
which
really-
devolved to the Horny Neville.
I was really close to saying the Horny Neville then, but then people wouldn't understand
No,
that.
no.
Yeah, that was a home campaign.
Homemade.
To you guys, my name is Scarius Var.
She's like, is that with one R or two? In which name? You write it down. She just holds it out with a quill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you all sign up, and she's like,
I can't help but to write it like my dad writes it as well, like a business, like almost like a business card.
yeah. She's like, your contest will actually start at 2:30. We've got a lot of people signing up. We've got to get through the first wave first. You're in the second wave, 2:30. I will see each and every one of you then.
Is there drinks available nearby?
Yeah, she just sort of like points down the street, and there's just like pretty much every street you've been through at this point has had some sort of drink or food vendor. Like
Yeah.
everywhere.
I was kind of looking for Porter Pub or something like that. You know those pubs that they're just on wheels and they just open the thing.
Okay, are you actively thinking of Porter Pub? Just trust me, yes or no? Are you thinking of, I want to find one of these things?
Yeah.
How the fuck did this happen so quick? When you think about it, this small like hut just goes boom
No.
and appears. I can't believe this came up. Big sign across the top, the bottle o' Plonk. I can't believe this fucking happened so quick. I thought this was going to be a while.
What is it? What's happening?
It's essentially like...
It's a little travelling.
It's like a little shed almost, but from inside
Yeah, but why?
can... Hang on, let me see if
What
I can...
for?
Let's
That's amazing.
I'm so confused.
let's look at something
Everyone
a little
seems really
different
excited.
here.
I'm gonna fucking clue what's happening.
I think it's like a travelling pub that just pops up when you think about, I want to find a pub.
There's like music coming from inside and everything. It's like... It's fuck... Yeah, hit me with some blue lights.
Bottle of Plonk, was it?
Okay.
Bottle o' Plonk. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So this pub appears. No one else seems to be able to see it. You four can, but
Oh.
I tried to turn the intensity down.
We look in, we come back out, we look in.
yeah. So
It's gone. It's back.
you head. I assume you head in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you head inside, and much like a TARDIS, it is bigger on the inside.
Nice.
And you see these two little grung behind a bar. And one of them, there's one who's bright yellow and one who's bright blue, like more like a cyan than a blue. And
John Finch would be losing his shit right now.
I shit you not, they are cutting shapes. They are like sort of doing this sort of thing to the music. And he goes, "Hi, welcome to the Bud Light Plonk. What can I get for you cunts?"
Oh my god.
My friend, of all the enchantments I've ever seen, this is the best.
It's pretty neat, isn't it? It's fucking great.
I'm losing my fucking mind. Ale? You got ale?
We got ale, we got wine, we got barrels of every fucking thing you can think of. We got drugs. Scratch that, you guards.
Yes. No.
She's lying, we ain't cards.
Then yeah, we got drugs.
How did you know that I was thinking about this?
We just know, isn't that right? And he turns to his brother and he just goes, "Yeah, bro, we know and you're thinking about it, yeah." And he's fucking baked. Like this, he's a poison dart frog, but he is hallucinating. I don't mind him, he's had a bit too much, you know? And they're still just like doing this.
I'm somewhat of an enchanter myself, but I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Is there anyone else in here? Is it like...
Oh, it's just you four.
Oh, is it just
Yeah,
us?
it's just you four and these two grung.
Brilliant.
Okay,
If the corpse show up, let me know and we'll fucking split.
This is the best place in the world. This is amazing.
do you have any red wine?
We got fucking red wine for days, brother.
Okay, pick one for me and I'll
He
try
just
that.
turns to like this shelf, and then the most just incredible thing, he reaches up on the shelf and goes and spins it like a roulette wheel, and there's just like and he just stops her and goes, "Try this one out for size." And he just puts it down on the table. He goes, "First one's always free, brother. Isn't that right?" And he goes, "Yeah, first one's always free, cunt."
In that case,
Well, thank you much, friend. Do you have any glasses?
Oh, we got glasses. He just reaches down, like, straight under this desk and goes, boom, 4 of them. And then just, like, reaches down and pulls another one out and goes, "That one's for me."
I can already tell that we're going to have another round in here, so let's get that going as well.
Oh, yeah, party people.
So,
I fucking love it.
What was your name?
Oh, I don't have a name. I'm blue, he's yellow.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
whatever you guys want, it's on me. The next round.
Do you guys smoke grip weed? He does. And he's like, "Yeah, I fucking do."
Does Scarius even know what that is?
Make a nature check.
I think that's a no. 9 in all.
I mean, you've heard of it in passing, but you don't necessarily know of any of the effects of grip weed at all.
Okay.
Can't believe this came up so quick, man.
Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Scarius is in.
But
Oh.
what are you signing me up for now?
Oh, just sharing
Sorry, the app closed.
with these lovely
One moment.
Froglets.
Froglets. Yeah, so...
Trust me, Scarus, you'll enjoy yourself.
Well, I try the wine first.
Okay, cool. It's... so he pours them out into like these...
I do this because he doesn't drink and I gotta get tasting notes from him.
Yeah, so do you do the proper, the whiff first?
The whiff, I even
the
turn
grung
the glass
sort of
on its
looks
side
at
and
you
roll it
confused.
on the table and everything.
Yeah, the grung is like, mate, you're supposed to drink it.
Oh, I will drink it. Don't you worry about that.
He goes, well, I've never smelled it before. But then he sort of like picks up his glass and
It's
goes,
a really good smell.
he like brings it up to his nose, which is like sort of up near his eyes, and goes, whoa,
It is a good scent.
whoa. Oh, I see why you fucking do that. Oi, mate, smell this. And he just goes, yeah, brother. But yeah, it's very rich and sweet berry notes. Sort of your raspberries and strawberries, like incredibly sweet. To the point where you're not even entirely sure this is grape wine. This could just be a straight up like berry wine. The alcohol like smell isn't as strong as you'd expect it to be, but it's there, but it is hidden by just this not overbearing but overpowering sweetness. There's like a little bit of honey as it rounds out. Every drink I describe, he's like, I need this now.
But all you're doing is giving me tasting notes to brew later.
That's why he needs your naughty Scar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Write that down.
I've currently got a 12% mead brewing at home.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
love a mead.
every time I open this goddamn document, the music stops. It's just to get drug prices. Hold on.
I think you can set it to run in background, but yeah.
It was fine with other apps. It was specifically when I tried to open Word, it was just like...
Perhaps Word is somehow like taking the
Yeah.
Well, we were
audio.
going to get like stopped and then go mad dress. Love it.
To say I wasn't expecting this would be an understatement.
Don't lie.
yeah.
You know these awful
But
things happen.
when you sip it, there is a surprising medicinal taste to
Okay.
it, where you're expecting it to be more sweet. It is definitely sweet, but you're expecting like the sweetness to hit down here. But there's a definite like acidity on the top of the tongue, but not like bad wine by any means. It's very much in the front of your mouth as it hits you, and it leaves like a slight sweet coating around your mouth, like quite syrupy. The smell that was masked is the taste is not hiding. This is a strong wine. It's good. Like this is the best wine Scar has ever had, and it is on the house.
This is delicious, my friend. Are you sure I can't pay you for it?
First drink's always free.
You heard him, Scarus. First drink's free. Just downing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hits you surprisingly hard, especially as this sort of a chaser to your morning pints.
Yeah.
Make a con save, but with advantage, because there's been a little bit of
Ooh,
time.
okay.
And it's not the strongest thing in the world. It's just quite apparent taste.
Straight con.
Makes me think of
This
that
is a
one.
very welcome surprise, my friend.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Okay, highest was a 24.
Yeah, you're fine. It really fills up your chest with like a warmth, and it doesn't see well. It obviously it stops in your stomach, but just the sort of the good feeling just goes right to your extremities. You get like a little tingle in your toes and your fingers, and your head goes a little light, and you're just like, oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
Nice.
That's probably the most expensive wine any of you have ever fucking tried, I bet. Because if you didn't have that one specifically for free, that would have been 250 gold a bottle.
Did we get the whole bottle for free?
I did say drink, but you guys seem like a bunch of cool bastards, so yeah.
Yeah.
And he just like pulls you out another one, and he's like, let the wine flow. And he just like pulls out another one for his brother, who's just like, by this point is like this. his eyes, obviously being on the like slightly towards the side of his head, are also doing the slow blink. But and then they've got like a
Right. Yeah.
And then the sort of
that's funny.
the munchies set in for him. He's like, brother, yeah, bro. We got any of that shit left over, the stuff? And he goes, oh yeah, and he just pulls out a quiche. It's like half eaten at this point. He just slides this quiche to him. He's like, oh yeah, man, fucking quiche.
Is the bottle of wine, like, considering 4 of us have had a glass, I assume?
Yeah.
That would probably be the whole bottle.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very impressed with your wine. Got any whiskey?
Yeah, but this one is gonna cost you.
Let's say not too expensive, but not too cheap.
Give me a price and I'll match it up with a flavour.
For my new friends,
At this point, he just breaks into dance again.
15 gold.
Oh yeah, bro. Whole bottle or just a short for that much?
Let's make it the bottle.
I got you covered. And he just sort of goes across this other shelf and just goes.
Every time anything like enchanted happens, I'm like looking at the others and like.
He goes, eeny, meeny, miny, that one. Pulls it off the shelf. It's like a very square bottle, in like a very smoky grey glass, glass bottle. There's a very small label on the front that just says Doom Whiskey.
Ooh.
And he uncorks it and pours out a shot for each of you, including himself. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get fucking sloshed. He just downs it. It's gone. He's like, oh yeah, oh that's the good shit.
Okay.
He just has that moment where his eyes sort of like flicker. Well, I suppose they can't flicker back because they're frog eyes. But like, I don't know. He just
The equivalent.
The eyelids flutter a bit, and he's like, oh yeah. I can feel that.
I put the glass out to clink, and yeah, even if you've just already.
So no more
Fucking
crabby.
cheers, boy.
So no more crabby dreams, eh?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I hope not. Anyway. Chris is saying this. These grungs need to be protected. If anything comes to them, Scarius will burn the world.
I believe you.
You've combined enchanting and alcohol.
It's you to a T.
You bastard.
I wish I came up with that.
Yeah.
At this point, the stoned one just, like, as he's halfway through munching on quiche, just takes like another puff and then just drops off his chair, and you can just hear him going, yeah, right.
Are you watching the mud wrestling later?
Oh, I didn't know there's going to be mud wrestling. We sort of just, like, don't really, like, leave much. We sort of just, like, fly about and, offer our services to people.
Well, if
Like
you're
me.
in the neighbourhood, we're
Do
actually
you sell drinks too?
we're actually all competing later. So if you want to enjoy that,
It's sort of like outside of our like contract to like leave the building. So like
I see.
What if you come and just open the door?
so you look outside just without leaving.
And he goes, have you looked out of the window? And as you look out, like nothingness. It's like you go into this thing and you're in like some sort of void.
Is this some sort of pocket dimension?
Sort of. It's like somewhere between some of the like spheres of reality or something. It's like I can't really remember which ones, but like we're not here and we're not there. It's just a bottle of Plonk.
So do you never leave? Ever?
No.
Whatever is going on, my friend, this is wonderful. Bloody wonderful.
What happens if we do leave?
We don't really want to find out. We had a third brother, Red. we don't have a third brother Red anymore.
Yeah, but did he leave and then go somewhere else?
We don't know. He stepped out the door and that was the last we saw of him, but like, there was a scream.
So, blue, yellow, no red.
Yeah, red with a lane.
Red is dead.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Okay.
Red Dead Grungdemption. Sorry.
It's like a red pen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I am more than satisfied.
Sorry.
Get
I
to...
think, was that Connor or Connor pouring out for Red? Hey, that's fucking good whiskey, bro. Don't waste it. So, before you all leave, do you want to get fucking high?
There is a first time for anything, so everything, so...
You have like your
I would, normally I'd say yes, but I gotta wrestle and it just makes me sleepy. So I think I'll just have another whiskey.
I mean, let's face it, we've got something for everything. If you need a bit of an edge on the competition, we can hook you up.
Okay, now I'm interested. Now I'm interested. What we got?
Okay, the music might drop, but I will make it as quick as I can. Come on.
Spoopy.
Ooh. Hey, it stayed. So we got your gripweed, your traditional sort of mellows you out. We've got sharp root, that'll probably do it for you.
Okay.
We've got basilisk dust, maybe not quite what you're looking for. Makes you a bit of a slippery bastard, but you know, you sort of become a little weaker in general.
I'm already plenty slippery.
We've got wizard's friend. I can't imagine that would help much.
The second one, what was that? What did you...
So that's sharp root. It's like a root that you chew on and it makes your face go fucking tingly and shit. Hold on.
I enjoy a good NPC so much.
It sort of makes you feel like you can take on the world. In terms of like, you can fucking take a hit and shit.
Okay.
But
like more so
you get a bit of a... Let's just say you're more confident than you are physically capable.
Okay.
We've got more. We've got Crimson Ash. That's more for like... Surprisingly, even though we've got Wizard's Friend, Crimson Ash tends to be a favourite for wizards and sorcerers because it like really fucking opens their mind to shit, you know? It's like, my brother here, he's taken it before and he's not the same. He says he can smell colours now or something.
Okay, well, I don't want to smell colours.
Would Lilith know any...
You pretty much know all of these.
Yeah, but would I know like any specific one that they haven't said that would help us?
Sort of. The next one he's about to say, you sort of go, what about drag? And he goes, and we've got dragon grass. It's like this black grass that when you chew on it, you get real fucking angry, and like you can fucking punch a hole in a wall.
Okay.
So mechanically, that it basically there's no point for you because it's
it just
essentially
gives you a
rage.
rage.
Yeah, it gives you rage.
Okay. Well, I have.
And then we've got one called Tears of the Kraken. Now, we've only got 2 drops, and it's not cheap. But some say we've never tried it. We've only sold it once, and the guy who took it, he believes he saw hell and stared at it in the face. So I don't recommend that one. It's a bit of a downer, you know?
Yeah, okay. We'll get that one to pass.
If I really had to say something, I'd probably say either like sharp root if you need to take a hit, you know? Or for those of you who aren't already angry bastards, to try some dragon grass. And if you need to be particularly nimble, then maybe try some basilisk dust.
How much for the sharp root?
Sharp root will be 2 silver pieces for 1 dose.
Okay, hit me. And I'll chuck in 2 silver.
Yeah, so it just gives you this, like, it's this little like root. It almost looks like ginger, but a little bit more. You know, like when a potato tries to find flour,
yeah.
it's all like. It's a little like that, and it's called sharproot for a reason. Where you put it in your mouth, and immediately you can feel that the sort of outer casing of this is sharp physically, where like it feels like you're chewing on sandpaper, but also it's just so bitter that you have a full-on like your face scrunches up. You physically can't move it for about 3 seconds.
I will try a tiny bit just to thing it, but then keep the rest for just before.
Yeah. Okay. Just so you know, so the official thing is that it makes the user slightly drowsy, but sort of go floppy when you hit them. Increases the user's max HP by 5 times their proficiency bonus for 2 hours.
Nice.
However, you have disadvantage on strength saves, but not checks.
Right.
But disadvantage on wisdom checks and saves for 2 hours.
Okay.
Gain +1 level of exhaustion for each dose taken after the first one in a 24-hour period.
Right.
So as long as you just one and
As long as
done,
it's just the
you should be
one.
fine.
Let me stick that in here.
But yeah, you sort of go drunk guy in a car crash,
Yeah.
or like, you know, drunken monk
I
way
was
of
going to say drunken boxing.
yeah, like was it way of the drunken
Fist.
Yeah, where essentially you were going to be a slippery little bastard to grab a hold of, and for whatever reason, if you take damage, you've got a considerable amount of temporary hit points to absorb it.
Is that the same with like basilisk dust?
So basilisk dust is a rancid yellow-brown powder that causes the user's heart rate to rise and senses to heighten. You gain advantage on dex-governed checks and saves for an hour, +2 to stealth for an hour, but you get disadvantage on strength and con-governed checks and saves for an hour. So it makes you particularly dexterous, but
Can't take a hit.
Is there anything that's like less well known that they may have?
the Tears of the Kraken would definitely be unknown to you entirely. But that is very expensive shit for a good reason. They're not actual physical Tears of a Kraken, so they say. But
There's a juice. They squeeze the Kraken.
yeah, it's a very difficult
Making
product to get hold of, which is why it runs for 20,000 gold pieces per drop.
Jesus.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, apparently the last guy that did it thought he could see hell and stayed straight into the heart of it. So
Okay.
What about dragon grass? Like, what does it mean, like, angry?
So, a black grass that causes the user to enter a fit of rage can be used as an action. Use the rage ability like a level 1 barbarian would upon smoking. You get disadvantage on charisma governed checks and saves for an hour. After 3 uses, you must use it once per day or suffer withdrawal.
Angry weed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about grip
Angry
weed?
weed that makes you insufferable to talk to.
What about grip weed? Is it just weed?
Basically. To be game specific, mellows the user and allows them to be more in touch with nature. Pungent, herby odour that fills the room. Advantage on wisdom governed checks and saves for an hour, but disadvantage on intelligence and charisma governed checks and saves for an hour. -5 penalty to stealth. So they become wise, but kind of dumb, really annoying to deal with.
What one you were thinking of?
Wizard's friend.
That one is a blue fungus that focuses the mind and allows the user to concentrate on their task. Advantage on concentration checks for 30 minutes. Disadvantage on constitution checks and saves for 1 hour. -5 to charisma governed skills as a penalty. And then it's about the exhaustion levels, blah, blah, blah. But basically, it just helps you concentrate and is slightly hallucinogenic.
And what was the crimson one again? Did you say that one?
Crimson Ash.
No, I don't think you did.
Advantage on insight and arcana checks. Disadvantage on perception, investigation, and acrobatics checks.
I think the whiskey will be just fine for me, friend. Got to keep a clear mind, you know?
You ladies want some drugs?
I mean, sharp would
I swear to
probably
God,
be
if
the
you're a
best
fucking
option.
guard now, I'm gonna be real pissed.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. The thing is, on the like behind them, in between the shelves, it's almost like a 3D projection of what is outside of the physical hut. So there's almost like a CCTV system. Like any sign of a guard and we'll fucking split. We'll leave you where you were, of course.
Okay, so another question about this whole operation. Do you does it automatically happen, or do you detect a thought and then go, oh, we need to go to that guy?
We don't really know how it works. We just sort of turn up and we know we need it. You know?
Wow.
We don't even understand how the bottles replenish themselves either.
What was shark dust? Shark root?
Shark dust.
Shark dust.
Shark dust. Hoo-ha-ha.
Sharproot is the one that
Yeah.
backs the bolt, that is very bitter, makes you go a bit floppy, but gains temporary hit points.
+5 to floppy checks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try some sharproot as well.
Okay, 2 silver pieces.
I agree, I'll take some too. I'm assuming...
It's just everyone's just like flopping on this mud wrestling ring, just like, can't touch this.
I assume Lilith would have probably taken this before, so...
Chances are, yeah. Possibly against her will, unfortunately.
Oh, this is probably the first time Bryleaf has ever like touched anything like that. So we'll see.
Leaf is in your name.
I'm just
You're
watching you all
practically
do
made of
drugs, and
flour.
I'm just like sipping my weed. So, how is it?
You bitches want some quiche. This keeps replenishing too. We don't really know where it comes from.
I mean, I will never say no to quiche.
He just goes. He's like, are you a vegetarian?
What does that mean?
I mean, like, do you want meat on your quiche or not?
I mean,
He
I'll
starts like
try
dancing
it.
as he's like.
I'll try a meaty quiche. Sure.
He just cuts a slice. It's just like a box standard ham and cheese quiche, you know? It's basically straight out of like a packet off like a refrigerated shelf in like Lidl or something. They've just got like the pre-mades that you just heat for 20 minutes. So it's a little bit cold, but it's fucking good.
It should line the stomach for my fight.
Are you guys like employed by somebody?
We don't really know. We just sort of like drift through the cosmos and shit.
That's crazy.
So why do you need money for?
We put it in the till and it just sort of like goes, you know?
It's fair. Happens to my money as
We
well.
don't really understand much about what goes on, probably because we fucking fried our brains on drugs. I'm currently really drunk.
Fair.
They're self-aware. It's fine.
No, at least they admit they have a problem.
Oh, it's not a problem.
Friends,
We fucking love it.
friends, this was honestly a life-changing experience, and
We'll think of you again.
we hope to see you again. This was wonderful.
He goes, you too, and then he goes, shit, it's the fuzz, and just the whole building just disapparates around you, and you're just back in the street.
Oh,
Oh,
that was supposed to go unnoticed, but that was crispy.
oh,
Noise.
yeah. So you're just back in the street.
How long? How long has it been?
And I'm like,
About like 10 minutes. Just like no one really noticed. No one really cares. You just sort of
What do the fuzz do?
nothing. It's just 2 guards walking past.
Oh.
that is now my favorite pub ever.
Yeah, we're going back there. We're going back there.
Assuming you can.
What's the effect of this
Sharproot.
Is it like
So
instant?
at the
Oh,
moment
have
your
you taken
proficiency
it
bonus
already?
is 2
Yeah.
at this level, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. So you gain 10 temporary hit points for 2 hours, or up to 2 hours. Obviously, they can be knocked off before then. You gain disadvantage on strength checks, but not saves. And disadvantage on wisdom checks and saves for 2 hours.
Disadvantage on strength
I'm gonna
checks?
hold on
Yeah.
to it. I think.
So like athletics, basically,
Yeah, and then what was the other one? Disadvantage?
on wisdom checks and saves.
Could be useful later. I'm gonna hold on to that.
Once Scarius locates where he is going to be mud wrestling, he actually does try and like watch a few matches and try and take in their techniques and
So it
everything.
hasn't quite started yet. it'll be about another hour and 20, and then about an hour and 50 before you go on.
Okay.
So you've got just over an hour to kill.
Okay.
Let me do a quick time check here. We got time. So from where you were in the like near the mud wrestling thing, you went roughly like a street over to get, or what you were going to go and get, and then got barraged by cosmic frogs.
I love a cosmic frog.
I love a cosmic frog.
From
Not you.
I love a cosmic frog.
From the building to your north is a strange noise that sounds. Hang on. Hold on. There might be a
like-
noise for this. Fuck it bad.
Sounds like danger.
Hang on. Let's give it one of these. Sounds like someone slumping to the ground, followed by like a very visceral, and then a snarling of sorts just behind a door near you.
That is not my job.
Then from said door bursts some form of dog-ish thing. Looks like it's made of human body parts and has the face of like a leech.
What the fuck is that?
I need you guys to roll initiative as it
Damn.
bursts from this door towards
Does anybody else see this?
Yeah, people are running.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, that's okay.
That's alright, I'm not
Check that.
fucking tripping again. Oh,
Oh fuck, we floppy.
we're flappy.
okay, so we'll just assume that because you were in like this little shed, you're all in like a little cluster here.
Okay.
How do we
You're in a wide part of the street, okay?
10 HP. Do we have to take off the temp HP first when we get hit? When?
It should automatically do it, I think, when you damage.
Oh, you've already taken it, have you? You've just nommed on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Have you?
No, I've kept mine.
Yeah, you kind of went.
I tried a little bit and I was like, okay, I'll keep
No,
that for
Lilith
later.
is like, Mom.
So, there's a little bit of scatter around you.
Great.
Let's go with that there. Just sort of, actually no, more like this way, because we'll just assume like this is the sort of street, and these back three, just pretend these are all buildings.
Okay.
And this creature runs at you.
Oh, that's horrific.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it's made of skin, like human skin,
I need to put my eyes
and
on.
flesh.
You show the camera.
Okay, yeah. So we got one of these little. Is it focusing? Hang on.
That's horrendous.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's good.
Yeah. So this comes
like a fucking
slathering
trunk.
towards you.
Isn't it? Trunk with legs.
Immediate, like, what the fuck is that?
It's essentially a tube from mouth to anus.
Oh.
It does look like a trunk with legs.
So let's. Oh wait, where's my? Oh, here it is. Aha! My initiative board.
Okay.
That's my initiative, isn't it? Yeah.
Anyone over 20?
Nope, not for me anyway.
No.
Let's see what this thing got. Okay. It got the jump on you, but barely. Right. 10 to 20.
16.
18.
13.
18.
Two 18s. 16, 13, and then that thing. So that's Bryleaf and Lilith and Bax and Scarius, and then Dog. in
Doggish.
Dog.
Dog.
Yeah. So
I'm in my head hearing like Resident Evil music, seeing this thing.
Oh, speaking of music,
Just, like-
hold on. This is far too serene and quaint. Let's
I think it's Iria though. Though that's quite quaint and singy and
Sure.
Oh, and now
That's
we got
horrendous.
trunk legs coming at
Rob,
us.
I'm kind of hearing the music that plays when the
I don't like trunk legs. It's not
the
for me.
regenerator is following you.
Yeah, they are.
So, top of the round, we've got Lilith and Bryleaf on a tie, so you get to choose who goes first.
Oh, Lilith can go first.
Oh, great, thanks. Okay, how far away am I?
Like 15 feet?
Yeah.
10, 15 feet?
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Yeah, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Yeah, there is like mass panic around, you know, like people
Okay.
are running and screaming. And,
Is anyone like helping us?
you can just about make out like a guard in the distance, like turning to face the kerfuffle, but is being like barraged by people. So it's like you're there and now you have the equipment, people are looking to you.
Does this thing have? Can we know? Is there any like blood on the mouth or anything like that that we can see in this quick moment?
Make a perception check
Okay.
as it runs out, and
I
Lilith
believe
thinks
that's
what to do.
13. Perception. Yes, 13.
Yeah, so it seems that it does have blood. It is drenched in blood, essentially, but not strictly from the mouth. There is some around the mouth, but it just seems that this interspersed skin, flesh, and bone looks almost constructed.
Okay.
Right. So some kind of golem.
Lilith, what are you doing?
I'm gonna whack him. I'm gonna like go up to him and hit him. with
Roll
my-
for whack.
Roll for whack. Huh. 19.
Hits.
Okay, 1d8 plus 4. What's a d8 again?
The diamond looking one.
This one, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
5 plus 4 is 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
Was that with a dagger or something?
Rapier.
Rapier? Oh yeah. I forgot you got that. And it's like,
It's behind my back,
yeah, it's really cool.
Cool. Yeah. So
and
you give it a jab, and there's this really uncomfortable like sinking as it goes in. Like it goes almost straight to the core of this thing, and you're not hitting any like sort of resistance at all. Really, it just sort of sinks into the center of this viscera, and there's a horrible squelch as you pull it back out, and your sword is now just caked in like a slightly congealed blood that.
Can we see if it hurted at all? Like, could
Yeah,
we see any-
it seemed to respond, but it's just under the sword. It just feels really minging. To put it bluntly.
Minging.
Roll to not be minged out.
so now can I do my sneak attack now?
That would have. So
it says,
basically,
once
if you
per
have
turn,
advantage
you can
on
deal
it.
an extra D
Yeah, so you don't actually have advantage on it currently, and it's
Yeah,
not
but it
within
says you
range of an
don't
ally.
need to have advantage if you're
If
within
you're in range of an ally.
5.
Yeah, but you know.
The ally has to, like, we have to be.
5 feet of
No,
the creature.
5 feet of it.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, nobody else is.
No, it doesn't say that. It just says me.
No, it's. If an ally is within 5 feet of.
You don't need advantage on an attack roll if any
If
other enemy or
is
of the
in-
target is within 5.
5 foot of it.
Yeah, so enemy of the target.
So
any
we
other.
have to be.
If one of
okay,
us
so
was
it-
kind of
right,
there
okay.
So if one of us
distracting
was
it
up
or being
on it,
close to
you
it,
could-
you'd get
Then it'd be
sneak
fine.
And
Okay.
if it hasn't seen you that turn or something like that as well.
But because it
Right,
got
I
the.
see.
It got the drop on you in a way that it wasn't necessarily a surprise round. If don't get me wrong, if they rolled better on its initiative, it may well have been one. But because of the way that it sort of burst through this door and then stopped and looked around, like,
It's like-
you both like engage.
Not like it was
simultaneously.
ambushing us, but it just burst out when we were there.
Yeah, if anything, you sort of surprised each other. You were like, "Oh, dog," and he's like, "Oh, fuck, hello, I'm outside."
We don't even know if it's
Once you
nasty
start,
yet.
once you start reliably
It is now.
using sneak attack, it's
been
just
stabbed.
gold.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, after, like, obviously you guys move in as well, I can...
Yeah,
Are there
exactly.
any bonus
Yeah.
actions?
It says 2 weapon fighting.
I don't think you've got 2 equipped, right?
No, unless you've
I've just got unarmed strike
Yeah,
and
it's,
my rapier.
If you had like a dagger in the other
annoyingly, you're not allowed to punch. You're allowed to
That's
draw
so annoying,
but
isn't
you're
it?
not allowed to.
It is weird. Okay. I assume you don't want to move.
Move behind him.
Just move around him, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he's sort of like at the door, so we can move you to the side of him at least.
that's okay.
So if somebody else comes to the other side,
Yeah. Briley, you're up. And then after Briley is Bax. I think 16 and 13. Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna get my swords out.
Okay.
Can I just do that as like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whip out the old pair of short swords.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go the other side of it.
Cool. So you get +2 to hit because of your flanking.
I'm so glad you do it that way. I hate advantage flanking
it's
so
too
much.
easy. It's too fucking easy.
Oh. 6.
Total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
2.
Oh.
Wait. So you've got a plus
Oh no, it's plus 2.
+4 +2. So 8
6,
total.
8.
8.
Yeah, still a miss.
Oh.
Okay, that's your one attack. So then bonus action swing, or have you got any other bonus actions?
I have, but it's probably best to just try and swing again.
Okay.
With the other short sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, I thought that was a 1 then. Oh, right. And +2 again?
Yep.
13.
13.
Just misses.
Oh.
Just.
So I'm like absolutely horrified by this dog, and I
you've
just
run in and you've gone to like poke it in the neck with that like horrible wormy like leechy neck, and it's just gone and then like as you've gone to poke it that side, it's done this horrible like tentacle flip and like flicked it back at you. It's just like parried you essentially. It's like get good. Parry this, you filthy casual.
okay. That is all I can do for now.
Where's the frogs that we need?
Bucks.
Okay. I'm just like to stand there holding this hammer, look at Scarus and be like, "Is this one real or is this a dream?"
It seems real.
I'm sick of all these weird things, and just run in and rage as I'm going.
Okay, cool. Bonus action
so
rage as you go in.
I
Do you want to be
would like to
directly in
rage.
front or like one either side?
There is perfect, right in the middle, like running in, like beelining with the hammer.
Just crack down on top
Yeah,
of
that's the plan. Okay. Ooh, that was a 25 to hit.
it. Woof. Yeah, hit. Funny enough.
Does that hit? Okay. That is going to be 13 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
With the maul.
Yeah, that's.
And as I rage as well, that activates the storm aura,
Cool.
and it would have been in 10 foot of me as I ran forward raging. So
Is it select a creature in 10-foot range?
yes,
Or? Okay.
it is.
Cool. Just
It
checking
is,
you didn't zap
one,
the kills.
one
there.
creature of your choice.
Okay.
First time we got
So
caught in friendly fire.
he needs to make a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
Or friendly pockets.
to get
Yeah, I can
half
pocket
damage
sand
potentially.
corner.
Ooh, that is an unnatural 20.
Oh, so he succeeds, but he's going to take 3 lightning damage anyway. So
Cool.
he can take
Did
half.
you say 14 bludgeoning?
13 bludgeoning.
And then 3.
Yeah, and then 3 lightning.
Okay.
And then I'm just standing there like heavy breathing, holding this hammer up, ready to go again.
Cool.
But that's me.
Scarius.
Okay.
It rolled really bad.
He unclips his belt, pulls efficiency out, and he.
Oh, is that what you call it?
What's efficiency again?
His axe.
My axe.
Slash hammer.
Yeah.
Axe head one side, hammer head the other side.
He
Fucking meat.
he runs forward and almost looks like he's swinging way too early, but then he lets go of the axe and he goes.
Oh. Okay. Make a ranged attack.
yeah.
Roll.
Tomahawk axe.
Rolled that then. 18.
Okay. I will say, because you're coming in this way, is alright.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if backs would block you, it would count as half
Yeah,
cover.
I
I think so. It's like a
deliberately-
-2, is it something like that?
My range is
It
only.
would give him more AC, I think +2
Yeah.
AC for half.
My range is only
Okay,
15.
yeah,
That's
you-
why I
you-
move forward anyway.
You hit. Yeah.
Yep.
So are you
Got a good
still gonna
plan.
move up to like block him in?
Nope.
Like, oh, you
I'm
just
staying there.
okay. You are just because when you said doing it as you ran up, I wasn't sure what you meant.
6 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
But then
Yeah,
Scarius
you like
goes.
slough off this like big chunk of like well, basically human flesh that falls to the ground, and then the exposed like meat underneath reforms like a layer of skin.
Gross.
Oh.
As soon as the axe hits, Scarius brings up the gauntleted hand and goes, and the axe is back in his hand.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Neat.
Beautiful.
Cool. Is that you?
Yep, that's me.
Okay, so now it's its go.
We're on bitch.
The first thing it's gonna do is Oh, hang on, I gotta do hickey for this.
Why does it have more than one thing?
No, it's got an AoE.
No.
Oh.
Stop it. Behave.
No, I don't think it can hit. It can hit 2 of you at least, so it's gonna hit
cone.
Baxter. Yeah, Baxter and Bryleaf.
Okay.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, I'm good at those. Come on, that is a 22.
Yeah.
15.
Oh,
Okay. Both of you succeed, but you still take half as much damage.
How rude.
let's go.
I don't like this fucking wormy legs.
Gross damage.
Yeah, grim damage.
You take 8 acid damage.
That's
Wait.
pre-halved.
That is pre-halved.
So it was going to be 16.
It's gonna be 16.
That's nasty.
Because I don't you half it again though, because you're raging.
1, 2, 3.
Acid damage? I don't think I
No,
do.
it's
Yeah, it's just
only
physical, is it?
damage,
Yeah, bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Okay, and see if he recharges it. He does not.
Ha. Piss to you.
Piss to you. Haha, piss to you, good sir.
Then it will essentially make a break for Scarius. So the 3 of you get an attack of opportunity on it. It's basically, it just got... Well, actually, it's still within your melee range, so...
Shame.
So it's
don't-
me and Lilith, is it?
Yeah. It's just this axe comes pinging in, and then when you retrieve the axe, it's almost like it's trying to play fetch. It's like, I will have that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I had a 19.
Oh, it's
19?
stupid.
Yeah, that
Kill
hits.
it.
Roll
Sorry.
damage.
So I just have to do
Yep.
my normal attack, yeah?
Yep.
13 plus 6 is 19 again.
Hit. Nice.
Oh, 6 damage.
6 damage. Slashing
And then
damage.
I'm gonna roll a d8, this one. Huh! 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12.
Nice.
Oh, Christ. Do.
Thank you, red bastard.
Okay.
Now it's gonna fuck me.
It is gonna make a attempt to bite onto you. With a
Oh, I can't
23 to hit.
Look at his butt.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Leave my butt alone.
Oh, that's
you
going to
don't-
be 4 piercing damage,
4 piercing damage.
but also
Oh no.
I don't like butt also.
3 acid damage.
Okay, so 7 in all.
Yep.
You see me point my finger at them, and obviously Baxter understands me saying in Infernal. I'm like, no, you.
Uno reverse guard.
And I cast Hellish Rebuke.
Yep.
No.
That's... Could use all of my d10s.
Do you need some
This
more?
one. Cha-cha. Nope. 9 fire damage. Could have been a lot worse, but rolled crap.
Hang on. Okay. So the flames hit it, and obviously where the axe hit and like lopped a lump of flesh off that regrew back, when you singe it, it chars the flesh and it can't quite seem to regrow, and it seems to be just bubbling around the edges without doing anything.
My friends, if you have fire, use it.
Cool.
And the
don't
final
have
move it's going to
fire.
do on his turn is essentially let out what you can assume is its howl, but it's more like a... It is like a weird warbling in it, where it's like something clearly catching in its throat.
Can we all just memorise that now so we don't have to do it again? Because that made me feel sick.
And from itself
Oh no!
bursts another one.
Oh god.
It basically splits itself in twain, but not getting any smaller.
Oh,
Why? What for?
horrendous.
Dirty.
Okay.
Get away from
Oh,
me.
we gotta kill these things
With
quick.
me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Pen. Oh, bugger, what I do with that? Oh, it's brilliant.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I punched it, didn't I?
Cool.
Vibing.
So, it's going to go back up to Briarleaf and Lilith. You can pick who goes first.
What do you want to do? We just like, you go. No, you go. You go.
Shall I go?
Okay.
Meanwhile, this
It's last time
slavering monster is like
the-
wreaking
Oh
havoc.
my god!
Number 2 is next to me now.
Yes.
The icky one.
The-
Is anyone
the new
within-
one is next to you.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
older
but-
one you. Oh no, because it's not isolated, because it's got a.
If you took a step towards the original one, you'd get the sneak attack
Yeah.
because it's
Okay.
got Skyrus
Let's
next
do
to it.
that. Can I?
Does it count because it's got an ally within 5 feet?
I don't know if it.
No,
Stipulates
as
anything
long
about
as
that.
the enemy is.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carry on.
So can I?
Sorry, I need a rules refresh again.
Can I equip my dagger? Because then I got 2 weapon fighters.
Yeah,
haven't
you
I?
can just pull it out of your. Oh wait, where'd you keep it? Is it in like a garter? It is. Okay, yeah, you just sort of
She's got 2 garters.
It's a thigh
you
dagger.
suddenly just like
Either
flash
side.
everyone and then I'm like, oh!
She's got a dagger either side, basically.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Classic. Very
Pull
good.
one out, rapier one end, dagger in the other.
Okay, hang on, I need to equip that then, don't I? Hangfire.
Imagine it's like a stiletto.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Long.
Like one of those twist blade tri daggers that are highly illegal.
Okay, so gonna hit with rapier first. Yeah, can I move forward?
Rapiers can be dual wielded, right?
I think any light weapon can be your offhand. It needs to be light though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dagger's the offhand. I just
Yeah.
carry on.
Okay, so rapier first.
Yeah, rapiers are one-handed, so yeah, you'll be
Yeah.
fine.
10.
Miss.
Well, that's rude. Okay.
Oh, I know what I was thinking of. I was thinking of the single weapon fighting buff.
did you add the
where
two
keep
to
the
it?
rapier. So I was
The
like, oh, but why do I
duelist,
never take
yeah,
a thing?
Because
yeah.
because
Duelist fighting
flanking
style.
rolls.
What did I say it was?
So you said 10. 12.
12. 12 will still
Oh,
miss
yeah.
anyway.
I'll give you the +2 on the flank.
Okay, and then I can come back in with my dagger then, can
Yeah,
I?
bonus action with the
So
dagger.
my-
Give him an old shank, but it'll be without the on
Yeah,
the
it's fine.
damage.
16,
It'll be.
17, yeah, it's fine. It's
You don't have. Do you have
20.
dual weapon fighting style?
No, I think it's
No, it's
just
just
the.
2 weapon fighting.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't have
You
the.
could apply your sneak attack here though.
Yeah,
because
you
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
apply the sneak attack, but you
So,
won't get your.
first of all, let's do the
proficiency
dagger
bonus.
damage.
That's it. Yeah.
So dagger damage is 4 plus 4. Where's 4?
So you
Where's the
get
four?
D4, but
plus
not
two.
+4.
Yeah, just the D4.
1.
One.
But
Okay,
then
and
you
your
get
sneak
also your
attack.
And
sneak
now I get my
attack
sneak
damage.
attack, which is 2d6,
2d6.
yeah? Das one on this one. Four. Oh, great, yeah. 2 ones.
So 3 with sneak attack.
Yeah.
Oh my days. Apart from that being the saddest sneak attack ever, it was perfect lethal.
Oh my
ju-
god.
Brilliant.
You just drive this dagger down into like the sort of top of this horrible leech-like body neck hybrid, whatever it is, and just drag it down it slowly and just split it open. And it
Nice.
sort of leaks this acidic bile and pus, and like the
I was so
flesh
sad.
just starts to wither.
I was so sad that I got 3 and then now I'm so
It was
happy.
perfectly
Good
full. Okay, so yeah, this one is kaput.
Go away.
He did.
Worm. Are these your worms? It's just moving from people's things now. Last time it was someone's crabs,
Crabs,
now
and
it's
some-
back to his worms.
Oh god. There'll be giant head lice now.
Ah, that's funny.
That's just mortified it.
No nits, please.
Okay. Bryleaf.
Can I go up to him?
Yes. Which side?
Any side that I'm flanking.
I mean, you can stand on the crate.
Yeah.
Poke down at it.
Try and ride
Can I do
it.
that? Or would I have disadvantage?
No, you're fine.
Oh.
Try and ride it. Jump on his back.
I don't like that it's over rather than off the grid. As in, like, you've turned it on his side rather than taking it off the grid.
Yeah, that's scary.
All right. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's more than
Well, he
anything.
does
It's just
that
to
because
mark.
You can
Yeah.
loot it, you can loot
Yeah. I just mark where corpses are for.
Looting them.
Can we stand on corpses?
I'm taking a skin.
Yes, but
It's got a bottle of
corpse
whiskey for some
squares
reason.
will count as difficult terrain.
Yeah, cool.
This
Makes
is in
sense.
someone else's pocket, skin pocket.
An entire suit of armour.
Oh.
Oh.
Do the
You should wear the skin.
oh, what's his name? Buffalo Bill scene where he's dancing in the mirror.
21 to hit.
Tits.
Nice.
Come on, you dog. No, you
Can I pet that dog?
Pet that dog.
I don't want to pet that dog.
No, you don't want to pet this dog.
No man.
It's made of bits.
Bit dog.
I mean, all dogs are made of bits.
Yeah, but these
is
didn't
extra
come
bits.
from the same
Human bits.
grander bit.
7 damage.
This
7.
is Franken dog. Oh, Frankenwiener!
Oh yeah.
Can I ask, what's the
Frankenworm.
special action? Can I do that at any time? It says once on your turn.
I was gonna say, yeah, it'll be, it'll give you the sort of condition to meet.
Yeah.
No, it just says special.
Yeah, and it says once per turn what?
On each of your turn,
Yeah.
you do
Okay.
it.
Do
yeah,
what?
It
Does
looks
it say
like
it costs an action?
Yeah, it
or
doesn't
a
cost it.
bonus
It's
action?
just a thing that
Yeah, what is it?
you can invoke.
The
It's
swarm.
Swarmkeeper thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
Get it.
That's cool.
So I can do my.
I
I
think
can
it's
hit.
just a
So I
thing you
can
can switch on, isn't it?
hit him with a
Yeah,
bonus
like
action,
toggle.
and then I can do that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't know the order in, like, I don't know what the, I can't remember what the swarm
It
does.
doesn't
But you
say
hit with a
anything.
bonus action, have you?
I got 2 swords.
Ah. Is that a thing? Because haven't you got to hit with an action, or take a swing with an action before you can use the bonus action with 2 weapon fighting?
I think rules is written, maybe, but
Okay.
it's a shit rule.
Yeah.
I like just being able to use
Yeah.
an offhand weapon.
Okay.
Thank you, Boulders.
when you take the attack action and hold.
So what am I
You
doing?
attack with a like. Oh yeah,
So
you can do
just
it
use
if you use the
Swarmkeeper
other.
thing.
So I'm not rolling to hit with bonus action.
Yeah.
No, and you did the damage, didn't you?
I only hit with 1.
Yeah. So if you want a
Oh,
bonus
right, so you're
action,
doing bonus
you can
action
bonus
as well,
action.
yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
Oh.
So I'm gonna try and figure out what the.
Oh, do I get +2? Oh, I'm not flanking, am I? Am I?
Yeah,
Okay.
Flanken.
12, 13, 16.
hits. Roll damage.
Oh. I don't get my modifier this time, do I? 1.
No. 1. Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to use my special action to call forth the swarm. So I'm going to actually roll on the...
So it's, immediately after you hit a creature with an attack, then you get to decide whether it takes an additional 1d6 piercing damage from the swarm.
Yeah.
If it has to succeed a strength throw of DC 12 or be moved up to 15 feet horizontally in a direction of your choice.
Or I'm moved by it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm
So-
going to roll a d4 at the moment just to see what the swarm is.
Okay.
3. Oh, it's fluttering birds. So I just, for out of nowhere, these fluttering birds just surround
Oh, look! It's
me.
a great big horde of tits! Cold
Lilith,
tits, blue
put them
tits,
away.
grey tits!
I'm going to order them to do an extra 1d6 piercing damage.
Cool. What type of bird would you like them to be?
Well, I'm going to have blue tits now, aren't I?
Parrot.
Yeah, parrots! Oh, what are
can
they
you imagine?
called? The ones with the mohawks?
Oh, the...
Cockatoo, is
Macaw.
it?
Yeah.
Can they
Macaws.
fly?
Yeah.
Macaw.
Yeah, there we are.
Is it
then.
a
No.
macaw?
No.
not sure.
The
Oh.
cockatiel or the cockatoo,
Cockatoo.
one of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, them.
Yeah.
The ones that sort of stamp their feet and go, what doing?
Yeah. You're just going, what the
Metal.
Yeah.
Flying around going, what the fuck?
That's just an extra.
There's just this like, what the fuck? It's like really unnerving to witness.
That's just an extra 2 damage.
2 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Damage is damage. Is damage is damage. Cool. Backs. Unless you want to move again.
No, I'm good.
Cool. Backs there. He be reading.
I'm thinking. Okay. I'm going to move around this side of it, just stepping on the corpse of the other one as I do. So I should be able to reach it. Okay.
Yeah, you got
Difficult terrain.
this side or this, like,
And
which,
let's go.
the diagonal?
I won't block Scaria, so I'll go on the
Okay.
diagonal, and that's not flat, but that's fine.
Ah.
Okay.
Sneaky Robbie.
I will. As I'm going up to it, I'm going to use my bonus action to let off a lightning from the storm aura.
Cool.
Could you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Indeed I can. That is a 13.
Just hits DC, so it's going to be half damage. But he's going to take Well, it would be one on a. It would have been one anyway.
What is it with ones
I
now?
know, why are we winning
Does he-
everyone?
Yeah, so he
It's
still
because I
takes
said
one.
thank you
Yeah,
to the red
yeah,
master.
we're rounding up
Rounding
in
up,
this
yeah.
campaign.
Cool.
That
And
works against you too, because they also round up.
Of course. Right. And I'm going to go for a maul attack. So hammer's going up. Ooh, that's a 17.
Hits.
Nice. Okay. Right, we got. I'm so bad at math.
I'm like counting on my fingers.
13. 15 bludgeoning damage.
Considering how like incremental some of the damage has been thus far, suddenly just that crap, and like you feel a strange jelly-like ripple underneath, where you don't really feel like it's got bones in it, and then the one bone you feel like you hit is just floating within the flesh and isn't really attached to anything, so just sort of parts out of the way, sort of goes and then snaps back. There's just this horrible flex underneath it.
It's like, it's squishy!
It's like hitting one of the squishy balls and just
Pull
like,
up away from it, but that's me.
Cool.
That's me, I'm going to stay there.
So next is its turn.
Oh,
I don't
Yeah,
like it.
before Scary's this time.
beat you. Because obviously it was a different dog, so
Yeah.
I re-rolled thingy. This one is going to try to vom.
Don't vom on me.
Stop vomiting.
Everyone.
Baxter and Briarleaf.
Oh, damn.
That is a dex save. No, sorry, a constitution save, please.
Okay, get advantage on dex
How
saves.
did that not get me yet? Is I'm within 5?
It's
It has
like
to
a
be a
cone.
Oh.
That was a 24.
Saving throw,
Good.
20.
Okay, you both succeed, so you still take half.
Oh,
That's why you should have taken your shark.
Shark.
Shark root. Hoo ha ha.
Shark dust.
Shark dust. Hoo ha ha.
13 half to 7
Nasty.
acid damage.
It's rude.
oh, I can never.
I am very low.
Oh.
Gosh.
Doesn't recharge.
Good. Hold on. I've got a feeling I can't use Hellish Rebuke while I'm raging, can I? Because it's a spell.
Yeah.
It's not a racial feature, it is a spell. Yeah,
It-
no.
Oh,
Damn.
it doesn't count. Oh, yeah, because it is. Yeah, it's actually
Yeah,
a spell.
you get it as a spell from the racial, but it is still a spell.
That's
so you
weird.
can't
It's like a
cast while
racial
you're
spell.
raging. Yeah.
Okay, Briarleaf, you're
No.
standing up on the crate.
I am.
It is going to attempt to jump essentially through your space and knock you off. So I'm going to ask you to make a contested athletics or acrobatics check for me.
No,
Oh, please.
no thanks.
Ooh,
Oh,
you
what
roll
do I do? What do I do?
Add your acrobatics or your athletics, whichever you want to try.
Oh, they're both +4, so
Okay,
18.
21. So it knocks you prone off the box.
Okay.
You take 3 bludgeoning damage as it like crashes through you and knocks you, and you hit the back of your head.
Fuck's sake.
It will now land up on the box.
Pushed you off the box.
Yeah, he's
Now
king
he's
of the
king
hill.
of the castle now.
Yeah.
King of Box
I have
Hill.
a chair, I have a chair.
Guys, it's Obi-Wan.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he's gonna
opportunity attack on that.
lunge down and bite towards your head, Baxter.
Oh god.
So that's a 21 to hit.
Oh
There's gonna be 6 bludgeoning and 3 acid damage.
Oh, that's gonna take me down even with my resistance. I
Oh
am.
shit.
So it'd be 3 with the resistance
no.
from the
No,
bludgeoning.
wait. You took some of the shark root. So you
No, I didn't take it.
You took
He
some of
did.
it.
Sample.
He
It wouldn't have
tasted it.
Yeah,
counted
there's
as
not
a
enough for a.
dose.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, you are
could
down.
have opportunity attack when he moves. He moved out of your range.
I was gonna
Because
say,
you
can
fall prone.
Can't I do that?
Oh
now?
yeah, yeah.
I'll do it
Actually,
when
you would
you're
have had a. Yeah, do it now.
Do it now.
Yeah. To be fair, it wouldn't have made much of a difference because the chances
Oh,
of
yeah,
killing it in
totally.
one blow.
You don't
No.
know that. She done that with 2 ones.
11.
Yes. Nah.
Well, that was useful.
Yeah. So now that you're actually prone, you're sort of out of its range. Essentially, it doesn't quite reach down. So
Okay.
that is going to be the end of its turn.
End of rage.
Actually,
as well.
before it's going to jump back down. It did it out of spite, and it is going to use its bonus action to consume flesh Because that creature is a medium creature, it will heal
I thought they
2d4
meant me then.
plus the size category, so 2d4 plus 2.
Consume flesh from the other one.
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
Eats
I
it,
love
so that is going to heal 7 damage.
No, hang on, we're only level
Oh, that's
3.
a
Why
great
are things
mechanic.
getting healing now?
That's a great mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's x d4 plus x, where x is the size category.
That's really cool.
It's not. It's nice.
To you.
Okay, so I'm gonna
That was a habit from magic.
gonna-
Past you. I end my turn.
I'm gonna come around to Baxter.
Mm-hmm.
And
Give me the old pickle tickle.
Not while he's unconscious.
and
Whoa! I'm awake.
I'm good. And I just sort of give him some nudges and like, come on, friend, come on. And I just type in the air again and cure wounds.
Cool.
So that's 6 points of healing.
6 points of
Nice.
healing. I'm back up, so that's good. Cool.
Um,
Rage has ended now, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's the acid burn in the
I-
bandages
Yeah.
on me.
Any bone
I'll
reflection?
just stay there.
Cool. Back up to Briarleaf and Lilith.
Kill it.
Well, I'm down at the moment, so you're in range.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
Let's
right
go.
up front.
You
Let's
get a
biff
sneak
him.
attack as well. Oh no, you're still prone, but you're stable.
Biff him with a rapier.
Yeah, you get a sneak attack because you're opposite me as well.
What do you mean sneak attack? Oh.
On
top.
Yeah, because
You're
So I gotta
attack?
hit. I
Sorry.
gotta,
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
gotta
hit
hit-
him now.
Yeah, just do a regular attack.
Ooh.
19.
Yeah, hits.
Okay,
You had a
rapier.
plus 2 as well.
You would
because of the
get a
flank.
Yeah.
21 then. Rapier is D8.
Plus
This one.
mod.
7 plus 4 is 11.
Nice.
Nice.
And
And then
your
you get your
sneak.
2d6 as well.
And I get my bonus, my second weapon.
Do you sneak
Oh
attack?
wait, yeah,
sneak
do the
attack
sneak
on this
attack
one,
because
yeah,
that's
so
part of
2d6.
this.
It's the same one,
attack,
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, 11.
Oh, tasty.
Woof.
22 in one round.
Very nice. And
Nice.
you haven't even done the bonus action.
Fucking rogues, man.
And then, yeah, that's made up for the times, like last.
Yeah, the
when
ones.
the ones,
He
yeah.
still killed it. You had
Yeah,
perfect
but
lethal.
still.
It wasn't wasted.
And now, my dagger.
Your dagger.
Dagir.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
I did just check the main hand weapon has to be light as well.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
so.
But we
19.
I'll hit it.
19 again.
Hits.
Okay, so this is the one I don't get my plus on, and
Yeah, correct.
So it's just the number
4.
4?
Tidy.
26
26.
altogether.
nice.
Okay, he's looking rough. You're lopping
Good.
bits off left and right, and considering it's spawned from out of the other one, you can assume that it's slightly weaker. Like it
Okay.
wasn't a perfect mitosis.
Okay.
So over to Briarleaf.
What is it to get up? Is it
Half your
enough?
movement.
Half my movement. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get up.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself
Smart.
because I'm looking a
There we
little
are.
bit.
I thought I was the only one with healing.
No.
I was worried that Jess was the only one with healing because I forgot that you took it as well.
Yeah.
I was looking at you were 2 stat sheets thinking, fucking hell, these guys are gonna die because they're like all melee people for the most part.
Yeah.
We're squishy.
5, 6, 7. Nice. Okay.
Well, I specifically made efficiency with the returning weapon just so I could have a little bit of
Bit
range.
of range. How much did you heal?
I had heal for 7.
Nice. Anything else on your tin? Bonus action?
No, I can't really do anything at the moment.
But you've got your 2 swords equipped, so I'll say that. Actually, to heal yourself, you're about to have put one away. I'll still let you have your bonus action attack.
I
It's
think
not fun otherwise.
it would be too much of a retcon now, but you are wearing my armor of magical strength, which allows you to just not be knocked prone.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh, I don't know if you were wearing
No,
it,
I
you put it in
didn't
a
wear
bag.
it.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, you didn't put-
yeah.
No, it's in
Okay.
the room.
Didn't
It's
equip
in
it.
the room.
Fair enough.
I think I'm
That would
gonna,
be a great way to cheat at mud wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back on the box.
No.
Upon box.
Fuck you.
Yo.
Alright, so you've got a bonus action swipe.
Get him, get him,
Oh,
get him.
right, okay.
Get him.
What's written that one?
Because otherwise being all that pedantic about, you put away your sword, you cast a spell, then you pull it back out so you don't get your bonus. Fuck off.
I missed 12.
You're not quite flanking. Unfortunate. Otherwise that would have been just enough.
And you haven't got a...
Still, over to
Fantastic.
Bax.
Okay,
who's prone.
I'm like putting my hand up on the chest and like pulling myself up, steadying myself after being knocked unconscious. See this thing, just be like, nobody knocks me down, bitch! I'm gonna go for a hit on him. And I'm gonna do a reckless attack with this.
Nice.
Okay, 22 to hit.
Hits.
Gotta love reckless.
I'll take that. Okay, that would be 10 bludgeoning damage.
Tell me how to kill it.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. Yeah. After that exclamation, just seeing it like turn around as I shouted it, I'm just gonna go for the head and just like flatten the head against the ground with the hammer.
It
And just-
does actually like completely
Punch
give
the dice
way,
trays over.
and it like spreads slightly, like you know, like a meat tenderizer on like a chicken. It's like,
I'm glad I'm on the
stand
box.
I'm just screaming at it, although I'm not
and the
raging.
very few like human teeth that it had in its mouth sort of like sprawl out.
It had human teeth.
I forgot to mention it had human
Ah,
teeth. Yeah, this is comprised of people.
why?
I see you do that and I just give you a pat on the back.
It is at this point that the apathetic, useless guards think it's their time to swoop in and be like, haha, we saved the day. Because, of course, they're like, why would we get ourselves at risk when there are these people doing it for us? So people are still leaving, and they're not necessarily treating her as a crime scene, but you see a slightly more important looking guard running down, accompanied by 2 brass helms. Sort
Okay.
of attempting to coordinate the rest of the guards as to what's going on. They bag up the corpses really quickly. You guys are just sort of like standing around, you know, like battered, bruised, acided, and they just ignore you entirely. No thanks, no nothing. Just they bag up these corpses. The 2 brass helms do. They put one over one shoulder in like a sort of burlap thing, one over the other. Unfortunately, they pick like a white, not burlap, like a, well, you know what I mean, just like a throw, like a
bag
yeah.
thing.
But the blood starts to like seep through it. But they just sort of jog off with the guy.
As
and
soon, like, as
they
they're
just-
leaving, I'm like, you're welcome, my friend.
No response, none at all.
Hey,
But-
fuck you, guy.
Perception. You 2 notice that where the creature came from, the house with the door that's now like busted up, a sort of trail of bits just leading down into a basement. And that's where we'll end today.
Ooh.
I was just about to say, oh man, we're going to be late for mud wrestling.
We'll have to come back.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, the music is still very dramatic. Oh no! Hold on.
Oh, I don't like you freaking wormy things. Trunks
It's
for
always
legs.
like gross, isn't it? with him?
It's just red.
Oh, I love a gross enemy.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm a bit too high fantasy. I'm always like, it's a dragon of some sort.
I love a.
I have only run one dragon, and that was because I was like, I've never run a dragon.
used
So
to
I was
be
like,
like-
I must run dragon.
It used to be like a running joke with my players that I never put them up against a dragon.
Yeah, that was,
it
that's
was a
pretty much
thing
what
for a
happened.
while.
Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sticking with us this far and this late into the night. Hope you enjoyed. Do we have anything from anyone before we...
Well, I just want to say thank you again to Screen Tech, and thank you to Pocket Bard. It's been nice to have your support. It's some
Yeah.
great stuff.
check out our link tree with all our socials and join the Discord server. Discuss today's episode. Tell us what you thought. Give us some suggestions, and we'll catch you. We're streaming next week as well.
Yep. Next week. But we're not streaming on the 25th, so it's every Wednesday except for the last Wednesday of the month.
Correct. Is there anything planned for before then?
The two of us are being interviewed by Lola.
Laura, right? Okay,
By
cool.
the Lola.
We'll see you then, and
Okay.
we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.